At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making. At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Start the lineup.
Okay, we got a minute 18.
A minute 18, Jeff. John.
Possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Good evening and welcome to Wildcat Football here on Big Oldies Radio. I'm David Hastings and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play action tonight. Sitting to my right, filling in for Barry Miller and providing the color commentary is Ryan Keaton and roaming the sidelines and bringing us interviews in the pregame and halftime with Coach Willis is Emma Bryant. The Wildcats have made the journey to Summertown tonight to face the Eagles in Game 2 of the season. Last week, the Wildcats opened the season with a 29-6 loss at home to Mount Pleasant. Summertown was handed a 14-7 loss at Lawrence County. Wayne County won the contest between these two seasons. Two schools a season ago, Waynesboro by a score of 14-7, and the Cats are looking for a second consecutive win tonight. We'll be back with more of the Wildcat warm-up after this break. You're listening to Wildcat Football on Big Oldies Radio. Well, welcome back to Wildcat Football here on Big Odie's Radio, also on the WCHS YouTube channel. And joining me at the other headset now is Ryan Keaton. And Ryan, I mentioned in the open that Wayne County is looking for its second consecutive win, but Wayne County does have a COVID win, that occurring back in 2021. So counting that as a victory, it would now be looking for 3 in a row. That does make the all-time series between Wayne County and Summertown 3 games apiece. And I know you were at the Mount Pleasant game last week when Wayne County outgained Mount Pleasant by about 100+ yards. So what did you see from that game, Ryan, that's got you encouraged for the Wildcats this season?
Well, thank you very much, Dave. First of all, I was very impressed. I think the score did not really do justice to what the game was, but we really got behind our shoulder pads. Our line did a fine job blocking. I felt like our run game was really, really good, actually better than I anticipated. We just ran into some problems with some penalties on drives that killed them, some offsides, some unsportsmanlike penalties. I really expect to see Wayne County get behind their shoulder pads and run the football tonight and be very successful against Summertown on the ground.
Well, and I know you watched some film on Summertown, so what's concerning you about what the Eagles want to do?
Well, I watched them against Lawrence County, and very close ball game, closer than most people anticipated, and they really tried to get the ball deep. They started out number 6 as their freshman running back. His name eludes me, but you probably know. He's their go-to guy. They like to get him the ball wide. They really tried to get their wheel going early in the game with him going wide, and they take a lot of shots deep. Now, most of those shots were unsuccessful against Lawrence County because of the pass rush that they had, but they are not afraid to let that thing go and try to make some big plays. So that is concerning because you didn't take but 1 or 2 big plays to change a game, even if you have outrushed a team, and we saw that last week, didn't we?
That's right. Last week Wayne County had trouble finishing drives. You talked about the few mistakes that seemingly popped up here and there that cost the Wildcats a few opportunities to score that basically kept that game from going right down to the wire. You mentioned number 6. That's a freshman, Caden McCory. He seemingly is the heart and soul of the Summertown team. So Wayne County will have to do a good job bottling him up. I'm going to get to the scores through the years. Summertown didn't have football for a good number of years, but the first matchup between these two teams came in 2017. Wayne County won that one 37-7. Then in 2018, Summertown won 22-8. 2019, Summertown 31-6. 2020, Summertown 26, Wayne County 6, and in the COVID win last year, and in the year last year in Waynesboro, Wayne County winning 14-7. Ryder Butler intercepting a pass and taking it back there in the second half, providing the difference. And I mentioned Ryder Butler and what a game he had last week.
Ryder, you talk about pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Butler may be pound for pound the best running back in the state. He took a absolute beating last week on a very small frame. Reminded me a lot of Lance Nutt, to be honest with you, and his stature and his stamina and his strength. He took a lot of shots, but kept getting up and kept answering the bell. He punted. He played defense. He did everything we asked of him last week. It was an excellent performance by Ryder, and I look for him to do the same thing tonight.
And, of course, Ryan, we're supposed to kick this game off at 7 p.m., but it's a 7:30 start. Because of the heat issues that we're all aware of that's happened this week. And so I look at the stadium clock, and it shows kickoff just in under 12 minutes, the Summertown band getting ready on the field. But it does feel like with that sun going down across behind the trees across the way that it has cooled off at least some, and hopefully the players feel that on the field.
Well, I started to say there was a little breeze blowing, but then I realized that John Harper has a fan here. So I guess they're not getting that on the field. But you always have to be concerned about your athletes early on in the season. Cramping problems, they happened last week. They're going to happen this week. You're going to have to try to spell kids like Ryder Butler when you get a chance, and other players, especially, your heavier linemen. I worry about those guys more. Looks like we're about to start the national anthem here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to announce that. I'm going to say this beforehand. Rushing last week, you had Ryder Butler with 26 carries for 135 yards in the Wayne County touchdown. Drew Beavis with 23 carries for 107 yards. And so we will send it back now to the booth here. And when we come back, we'll have more of the Wildcat warm-up, including Emma Bryant's pregame interview with Coach Willis, as long as Coach Lance's list of victory. The microphone yet, so
take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome everyone to Summertown High School and Summertown High School football. Who's ready for some Friday Night Lights? Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please rise for the invocation performed by Atlee Thornton, and then remain standing for the national anthem played by your sound of Summertown.
Please bow your heads. Lord, I just thank you for this day, Father. I just thank you for the players that are able to come out here, Lord, and compete. Father, I just pray that you just be with each and every one of them and just watch over them and keep each and every one of them safe, Father, as they compete tonight. And I just pray, Lord, that you just watch over everybody in this heat. And I just pray that you just be with all those in need. In Jesus' name, amen.
Emma Bryant's headed down to the sideline. She's going to try and bring us an interview with Coach Derek Willis. Cheerleaders for Wayne County gathered here in the right end zone. I'm going to run through our expected starters tonight for Wayne County. Quarterback Drew Beavis, right halfback Ryder Butler, left halfback Jake Nenist. At the X, Sailor Skelton. At the Z, David Grant Dixon. At the Y, Dane Bryant. Center, Baker Bryant. Right guard, Jackson Bryant. Right tackle, Hayden Horner. Left guard, Aaron Martin. Left tackle, Ben Thompson. On defense for Wayne County, at the nose, Aaron Martin. At the right defensive tackle, you've got Braden Littleton. At the left defensive tackle, filling in for the injured Talon Keaton is Jackson Pope. Linebacker Dane Bryant, linebacker Kaysen Castleman, linebacker Jake Nenist, linebacker Drew Beavis, linebacker Ryder Butler as Wayne County goes with the stack, the 3-5. And at corner, Sailor Skelton. At the other corner, Will Robertson. And at free safety, David Ullman. Summertown captains out, still awaiting the Wayne County captains. And now Emma Bryant has made her way there beside Coach Willis. And so it's time for the pregame talk with Coach Willis, sponsored by Barnett Insurance at 102 Public Square West in Waynesboro, or call Vic Barnett or Tony Bowling at 931-722-3031. We're going to send it down to Emma now.
It's been a brutal week with all the heat advisories. Cautions are coming in place. The heat, I think.
There's a lot of different stuff that's went on this week as far as the heat. I mean, our practice schedule has been unique, having to find a different location to practice, having to come back one night this week and practice under the lights. As far as this game, our stretching was a little bit different. We come down with stretch without pads on, making sure we get plenty of hydration, ice towels, ice baths, all that good stuff.
Now, this is the first road season here in Summertown, so what concerns us about but
it's always a little bit of a challenge playing a road game because you're always wondering how the kids are going to react traveling and getting off the bus. Luckily this is our shortest road game, but it'll be a good test for us. Summertown's going to get after it. They're coming in with a lot of confidence after last week. They're going to be moving around up front, and they got some good guys in the back. So it definitely presents a challenge.
All right, well, good luck to you, Coach. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks to Emma, and thanks to Coach Willis. And our pregame interview with Coach Willis has been brought to you by Barnett Insurance at 102 Public Square West in Waynesboro. Or call Vic Barnett or Tony Bowling at 931-722-3031. Captains meeting at midfield, Aaron Martin and Jake Nenist. For the Cats and for Summertown, it'll be number 34, Max Johns, number 58, Daniel Kennedy, and number 73, James Williams. Summertown going to be decked out in the blue jerseys with the gray pants, white helmets with the blue S as a logo. Wayne County in the road white jerseys, black pants, and in the black helmets. Well, Coach Keene, about 2 minutes away, it says there on the stadium clock, the smoke getting ready for Summertown to run through here to our left. Wayne County gathering in the right end, so we're about ready for some football.
I don't know if they run through all that smoke, if they'll be able to play or not, Dave. That's a lot of smoke down there if they're fixing to run through.
I hope it's all of this. It's just a bunch of smoke.
Yeah. These entries have got to be a little bit of a thing now in high school football. And when I coached, well, that really wasn't anything we did. We were fortunate enough that we could run through the banner without somebody getting hurt, which did happen once. I had a kid pull a hamstring as he went through the banner and couldn't play the rest of the night.
What about when you played? Was it interesting then?
We didn't have banners that I recall when I played. I think we just kind of ran out and jumped up in a big pile and did some kind of chant or something. I don't believe we had anything. We're lucky to have lights when I played at the old field. So.
Teak Hampton's got our camera here to our left, and I know he's getting ready to watch the Wildcats run through. And if Teak knows like I do, there's one person that's going to lead this thing out, number 78, Baker Bryant. Teak nods along as he knows that's the case. He finds his way there every time. Wayne County ready to run through the spirit line, and
I always like to be the last guy. That way I could dive on top of the pile, Dave, instead of being one of those guys in there getting jumped on.
Summertown won the coin toss, and they elected to receive Ryan, so Wayne County go on defense to start, much like the Cats did last week. But special teams was an issue last week, trying to contain Mount Pleasant. Hopefully it won't be that difficult this week.
Well, everyone who plays Mount Pleasant, I would assume, is going to have difficulty with special teams. I think it's just to the point. If you don't have an excellent kicker, you're just going to have to onside against against Mount Pleasant. I hope that we don't have as good of threats back deep. I did not see that against Lawrence County. In fact, the opening kickoff against Lawrence County was fielded and he accidentally stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Wayne County kicking off to start. The band's still on the field, if that brings back anything to Cal Stanford. As the time says 12 minutes, Summertown will be moving right to left as you listen. I'm sure they'll send the dangerous number 6, Caden McCory, back somewhere as Wayne County kicks it off. Going to get a few shout-outs here out of the way. Sarah Beth Thurman listening to us. Michael Phillip Harris, Jonathan Haddock. They always listen in. And, of course, Leroy Andrews listening in. We'll see.
Leroy stays up this late.
Oh, man, he's going to stay up for the duration. He didn't care if it was going to start at 8, and he's fired up.
With 100 days work he put in today, I can't believe he's going to be up this late.
And they got the digital down marker across the way there, Ryan, with the 1 up instead of the flip.
Well,
Wayne County still uses the flip.
Yeah.
They got the,
but we don't have a bare spot in the middle of the field.
and they also have the play clocks in the end zone.
What do you think about them opting to receive, Dave? As a coach, I always wanted to play defense first, unless I thought I was in a little bit of a bind with my defense. And then I wanted to go offense to try to score early and get the other team behind. I think that's part of what they're thinking too, don't you?
If I'm a ball control team, I want the ball scorer, and then I can work the clock a little bit. But otherwise, like Coach Rice, he always wanted to kick off. Number 10, Logan Love, he's at the 20. Number 4, Miles Green at the other hash at the 20. And back deep in the middle, that looks like number 2, Ty Bryant.
I always like to get that ball to start the second half after you had times to go in and make adjustments and see what's going on. But obviously, they want to try to get it in and set the tone early.
Casey Hunt to kick away. Keep an eye on McCory. He's standing in the middle at the 30. And that's kind of where Hunt had been kicking the ball off. Hunt kicks it. It's going to sail deep down the middle of the field and going to be fielded near the 10 by Bryant. Out across the 20 with a hole across the 25, dragging a defender with him out across the 25 into the 26.
Nice,
36.
Nice kick and decent coverage. You know, if they'll start the 35 all night, I think we'd be pretty content with that. It'd be a whole lot better than last week.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Last week, if you'll recall, Mount Pleasant started drive number 1 at the Wayne County 30.
Correct.
Summertown would go 1st and 10 from the 36, ball on the right hash, moving right to left.
Going to see a lot of spread here from Summertown, a lot of motion across the formation, and some read option in the middle, if I'm not mistaken.
And Jackson Pope, I mentioned, filled in for Talon Keaton here at the right defensive end. Wayne County just going with 3 defensive linemen.
Big loss for Wayne County with Talon Keaton out for the year with an injury.
Jaden Stoll, the quarterback, and to his right, McCory, as they'll send 3 receivers right, 1 left. Fake on the give, and Stoll on the keep. He's going to be stacked up near the line of scrimmage for no gain. Good job up front by the Wayne County defense, and they bring up 2nd and 10.
That play confuses me a little bit, Dave. As I watched that on film, it looks like he's reading some type of option play there, but it looks like they're blocking everybody, unless they're reading that inside backer, but again, for no gain, so it must not have been a very good read.
And that was Green on the carry. There's he was the one flanking McCory to the right.
They like to bring 6 in motion. I don't see 6 is 6 in the backfield now?
I didn't see him that time either. 2 receivers left, 2 right, and Green still flanks Stoll to the right in the shotgun. High snap, Stoll going to throw. Swings it out here, complete at the 40, and making the tackle is Will Robertson, pushing the receiver Newhouse out of bounds near the 45. Oh, they're going to give him a first down. Wow.
I think we'll see a lot of that tonight. I don't think they're going to, based on watching the Lawrence County film, they have very little success running the football. And Dave, I wonder if there's some type of little penalty going on or something with number 6, because he's not in the game, and we noticed that he wasn't in on all the warm-up snaps.
Yeah, I'm looking for him. You may find him.
He is on the sideline. I think he's on the sideline behind the coaches, but I'm wondering if what the issue may be, if it's an injury or a disciplinary measure or what.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Stoll going to roll his way to the right, getting a little bit of pressure now from the backside. Stands, launches deep, 1 on 3, and running underneath it inside the 20 and making the catch deep down the field is number 10, Logan Love. And Summertown with 2 big pass plays here earlier. They're in business deep in Wayne County territory.
Too much time. You know, that's just a rare back and chunk it. Let them run as deep as they can. We're going to have to get a little bit more pressure on that. We did bring an inside linebacker, it looked like to me, but he was picked up by the back.
And they rolled that pocket that way, and Martin was giving chase from the backside. Ryan just couldn't get there. They've got that ball spotted at the 15, 1st and 10.
We've shortened the field here. Let's see if we can contain them.
Stoll in the gun. Green to his right. Some movement around front. Now they're going to run. Oh, there's the give to Green, and he makes a cut off the left side, turns it upfield near the 10 before he stacked up there. I thought they might have had 2 in motion there at one time.
I thought the halfback, the up back, who was over the tight end, I thought he was definitely in motion. I don't know if anybody else was moving or not. They were end over there. They had a tight end, a up back, and then the flanker to the left side, so very strong left that time.
According to the scoreboard, it's 2nd and 6, ball near the 10, so must have to get it down to the 4.
Now six is in the game, Dave.
Yeah, they're on the 10. Stoll in the shotgun. McCory with a handoff, looks for the right side and runs right into the arms of Braden Littleton. He'll get 1 to the 9, but no more, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And Braden clearly defeated his man at the point of attack there, and that's the way you build that read stuff up. If you can get some pressure back there deep, there's not much of a read to have.
3rd and 5, ball right in the middle of the field. 9:40 to play here, first quarter, no score. Summertown first possession. Summertown's moved it from its 36 all the way inside the Wayne County 10 at the 9.
Do you look for a quick pass here, Dave? You think that's what they're going to go with?
Well, it's probably going to be 4-down territory, wouldn't you think?
I think it is.
There's the give, and McCory looking for some room. Got it. Stays on his feet, dragging defenders with him inside the 5 on the first down to the 4. I think he got it, Ryan. I think with that last second effort, he was able to get it. Wayne County had him stacked up, but McCory just wouldn't be denied, and it's 1st and goal from the Wayne County 4.
Be a very big defensive stand here. This will be clutch. It'll be hard to keep them from gaining 3 yards on 4 plays.
Yeah.
Really going to have to get under their pads and drive them back.
Need a negative play, a penalty of some sort, or maybe a loss.
I'd take a fumble snap if you could draw one of those up.
Stoll in the gun, McCory to his left. There's the give. In trouble in the backfield. He's going to go down for maybe a loss of 1. I think they had initially spotted at 3. That might go back to the 4.
I think it's a loss. I think we're going to have to be very cautious of them pulling it here, Dave. Good opportunity for them to pull it out of that because we're definitely all over the running back on that play.
8:33 clock moves here. First quarter action. Summertown with its 2nd and goal from the 4. Play clock. It just now hits 25 as they've got the 40-second clock there in the end zone right on both ends. And Stoll, the quarterback in the shotgun. They've got Logan Love to his right.
The formation is strong right. We're in a little bit of confusion on defense.
Looking for a room off the right side, and he's got it as the quarterback. He's going to be stacked up near the goal line, but they're going to say cross through. That's Stoll for the Summertown touchdown. So right down the field go the Eagles.
Well, that's that big pass play. Oh, they've got fireworks in Summertown now. That's that big pass play that I was leery of. They do like to take their shots deep, and it paid off. And then a couple of good runs later, and they're in the end zone, and we're down 6-0.
And let's see here. Summertown's going to try the PAT, and on to do the kick-in is number 22, Bradley Hoffman.
These PATs sometimes go overlooked by fans.
That's right.
But they are extremely important. They make a lot of difference as the game moves on your coaching decisions and what you do. So
Hoffman to attempt the PAT. Heavy rush. It's going to be blocked and no good. Drew Beavis putting pressure. There's one of the guys along with
I think the whole team blocked that, David.
Yeah,
that ball didn't get 2 feet high.
I saw Beavis come. He got a little bit. I think the kicker got a little bit spooked there as Butler came sprinting in from the right side as well. Ryan, that drive was 64 yards, 8 plays, 3 minutes and 55 seconds. The key play is a big pass play down to Logan Love.
How many yards did that go for, Dave?
I think he went from about the 46 down to about the 16. So,
those are the. I don't think they can put a drive together against us. I really don't. But those plays there are the ones that make the difference. Same thing we saw against Mount Pleasant last week. They beat you on a 45-yard pass play or so, and then you're in a little bit of trouble.
Well, let's see if the Wayne County offense can. Wayne County yet to enjoy a lead on the season. Trailed throughout against Mount Pleasant. Was down 7-0 at the half. Did score a touchdown to cut it to 7-6 there in the first drive of the second half. But find themselves behind 6-0 here with 8:05 to play in the first quarter.
2 good return men for Wayne County. Hope they get their hands on the ball.
Butler and Castleman. Ball on the left hash here.
They did onside kick against Lawrence County last week.
That's Hoffman ready to boot it away. And I hear whistles somewhere. That's always dangerous there whenever you hear whistles, right, these days, Ryan?
Yes. I don't know if that whistle came from the stands, but that was an official's whistle. All of you who watched the game last week know that we had a tragic call, one I've never seen before, when an official blows the whistle and then won't admit he did. And I'm saying that on air, and I want that to be documented. I think that what happened on this case is they must wait for the ready signal from the official here on the sideline, and he had not given the ready signal his left hand up.
And now the ball's on the tee and booted away down the middle. Butler going to field on the move at the 16. Tries to get him behind his blockers at the 25, through a hole to 30, and drives his way out to the 36. So Wayne County going to start its drive from its own 36, much like Summertown did moments ago.
Well, that tells me one thing, Dave. That tells me they're not afraid of our kick return, because they kicked it to what we consider our best kid with no challenge whatsoever. That's exactly where they were aiming it. So we'll see how that pans out. Maybe they won't kick off much anymore.
Ball on the right hash at the 36. Wayne County moving left to right as you listen here. 7:57 to play, opening quarter. Summertown 6, Wayne County 0. Beavis looks to the sidelines as he'll settle in to the shotgun. Here comes Nenist. Late getting into the action here.
Summertown will base have a 3-man front. They'll run 4 linebackers and sometimes what you might call a 3-5 stack.
Butler a motion up near the line. There's Beavis on the keep. He'll just barrel his way forward and pick up 5.
The guy who was late to the huddle, nobody ever told him what the play was, but it worked out pretty good for Wayne County. Anytime you can get Drew Beavis going straight ahead, I think that's a good play call.
He just lowered the pads, like you say, Ryan, and got what he could get. Turned out to be 5 there off the right side.
Summertown stayed in their base 3-4 front. Some people, again, will say 3-5. But we'll walk a backer down sometimes to give it a 4-man down front look.
Ball on the right hash at the 41. 2nd and 5 facing the Cats. Beavis in the shotgun, flanked by 2 backs, one to his right, left. 2 receivers left, and Skelton split out wide right. Now Castleman in motion near the line of scrimmage. And there's the give to Butler, looking for him wide. Darts in, then out, and then drop from behind for a small gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
I believe that might have been the inside linebacker there, coming on a little stun or just making a good read. That's one of the issues with the ball in the shotgun. It's a little bit slow sometimes, so you've really got to get it out there. 3rd and 6 here, I guess, or 5. Big play here, Dave. Need a conversion here to stop the bleeding somewhat.
Yeah, he might have lost a half a yard there. Being out that shotgun deceived me a little because it seemed like he got some, but then the spot means he lost a half. Nenist behind Beavis as Wayne County will go 2 receivers right, 1 left. And there's the give to Jake. He's in trouble, and he's not going to get anywhere near it. And Wayne County going to be faced with a 4th and 5.
Yeah, definite punting situation. Those linebackers are just sitting back there waiting for us to hand off and then blowing it up. The best play we had was kind of a miscombobulated play where Beavis took it straight ahead. We're looking at 4th and 5 here, and I think it's a definite punt situation. I can't imagine this early in the game that you do something different.
And Wayne County taking some time, down to 22 seconds. And here comes Butler in. As Wayne County going to roll the dice here, I believe, out across the 40. 6 minutes to go. Got to be able to get the play off, though, Ryan, down to 12 seconds. As we have a little bit of time making that decision. 8 seconds now, 7. And Beavis in the gun. 5 seconds, 3. We're going to get it off. There's the give to Butler in a hold. He's going to have the 1st down out to the 50 just to give.
Well, I thought going for it was the right call. I never second-guessed it at all. It was clearly the right thing to do.
The guts of a burglar over there. And Derek Willis as Wayne County picks up the 1st down to the Summertown 48.
I've been the first to admit it. It's easy to coach. I can't tell you how much I was against that call. But it panned out, and we're on the move again.
Well, and then to take it all the way down to about 1 second and still get it, that's a lot of trust in your football team. Glad they were rewarded there. 2 receivers split out wide left, 1 to the right. Beavis in the gun. Castleman beside him. There's the give to Beavis on the keep. He's cut down near the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for about 3 to the 45. They'll bring up 2nd and 7.
They walked that stack linebacker down there. I thought it was a give. It's difficult to tell from up here. Beavis decided to keep it. He did gain positive yards, though. 3 yards. We'll take that, and we'll grind it out again.
Right in the middle of the field. You're exactly right. That's kind of Wayne County style, only completing 1 pass on the season, Ryan. 1 of 7 last week. Yet to attempt 1 here tonight.
Well, and that's difficult when you do struggle a little bit passing, but I love to grind the ball out. 3-man front again. Now they walk the stack linebacker now.
Beavis in the gun. Got some movement up front. No flag. There's the give to Butler. He's still a hole inside the 40, inside the 30, and now down inside the 25, down to the 22. Butler popped that seam right up the middle for good yards.
I felt very fortunate there, Dave. 71 came unblocked. I thought he had a chance at Ryder in the backfield, but he's so shifty. He slides right through the hole, and then there's nothing but room to run.
1st and 10 for the Cats from the Summertown 22. Ryan, you thought Wayne County could move the ball, and after struggling on that second and third down on the initial series. Wayne County's really moved it all the way down to the Summertown 22.
They brought in an extra defensive lineman. They went straight to a four-man front.
Davis on just a straight snap keep. He's going to be stood up. He falls forward for one, I guess, off the left side. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Really got beat on the inside there. Won't call any names, but we just got manhandled on the inside, and we'll live to play another down. It happens. But they did shift, and anytime they shift that first time, Dave, it's a little bit difficult for those linemen to understand what's going on. They went from a standard 3-man front to now a 4-man front, so they're going to have to do a little bit of adjustment.
Well, you know, last year, Summertown's kept Wayne County confused all night. As you told me afterwards, they're blocking the read key the whole night.
Yeah.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Beavis in the gun. Castleman to his left. There's a snap, straight back drop, looking to throw on the slant. Singler Skelton with a grab. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Did he score?
I think he's for short. Yeah, with the rollover, he should be at the 1. Again, a gutsy call there. Got him in that 4-man front, and he decided to let it rip. Hit a big, tall receiver across the middle of the field. Nice completion. Maybe that'll help Drew get some confidence and get our passing game going.
Yeah, nice grab by Skelton, right in tune with the quarterback.
Big target, you know, quarterback's got to love that. Kids got pretty good hands, you know, just a good place to throw the football. Nice throw and catch and good run after.
1st and goal from the 2. Beavis under center. They're going to go from the split back look, Brian.
Oh, quarterback sneak, please.
And Beavis on the power ahead. He's just going to pull his way into the end zone for the Wayne County score.
I'm going to be honest here, Dave. Why anybody gives a 3 technique on the 1-yard line, I have no idea. They had a 1 and a 3 there, and that's just automatic quarterback sneak, and you're going to score from 1 yard out.
Wow. Well, that's a 9-play drive, 64 yards.
In point of fact, I hope we line up for 2. If they do it again, we run quarterback sneak again.
And Wayne County took 5 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Casey Hunt on to try and give Wayne County its first lead of the season. Butler the holder. And here is the try for the point after low snap. Butler gets it down, and in a line drive kick, did he get it through somehow?
Wow.
How did he not block that?
Visions of Neyland Stadium in the UT kick to beat Bama. That was a knuckleball that barely went over the post. It did wind up in the middle of a pickup truck over there, though, so it did have the distance.
I don't see how it wasn't blocked, but Hunt's hobbling also. He must have got hit. I don't see a flag on hitting the kicker. But he's hobbling off, but the kick's through. Wayne County in front, 7-6, and that touchdown was brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. Touchdown sponsor there, People's Bank.
I think we may be a titch slow on that. I think we're kind of, and I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay, I think we're waiting until the holder catches the ball before we go forward. We've got to start moving forward on the snap. But great. All that matters, it goes down the books as a completed extra point, and that's all that matters.
Well, recapping that drive once again, Wayne County answers the Summertown 64-yard drive with a 64-yard drive of its own. And that was a 9-play, 64-yard drive capped by the 2-yard quarterback sneak of Drew Beavis. It took 5 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Casey Hunt adding the PAT to give the Cats a 7-6 lead.
And that's really what I expected. I expected Wayne County to line up and run the football. Lawrence County came out last week and looked to me to be in a Larry Gamble straight tee and just ran the football, straight tee, nothing fancy, and just really handled the ball well in the second half.
I detected a little bit of, now let me see, when you mentioned the Larry Gamble name, I guess a little bit of some sourness there?
No, not whatsoever. I was a big fan of the straight tee in 1988.
All right, I thought I detected.
Much better than the split back beer.
Are you sure it wasn't 87?
Yes. Well, it would have been the fall of 87.
That's what I was thinking. Ball on the tee at the 40, 2:55 to go, and back deep to receive for the Eagles is number 2, Ty Bryant. He's flanked to his
onside kick, Dave, and they recover.
Yeah, right up the middle, and it's picked up there by the big guy, number 71, Ashworth. So they were 77 rather, Abbott. They weren't caught off guard, Ryan.
Well, we kicked it straight to him. I mean, you know, you had your head down looking at your stats there, but we kicked it right to 77. I'm okay with that. If you look at that, they started at the 35 last time. Now they're going to start at the
46.
46, so
They gained 10 yards.
10 yards, and we had possibly a chance to get it there, so not a big difference.
Especially if you can hit the top of the ball, you know, like they might have been, or they might have been just trying to squib it. I don't know.
And sometimes you tell them just, hey, pick out a kid and try to hit him.
Yeah, true.
Which is very difficult.
Stoll in the backfield, Green to his right, receivers left, 2 left, 1 right. Wayne County with a 3-man front up front.
They're end over left again.
There's the give to Green. He's in trouble in the backfield. Wayne County going to stack him up for a definite loss this time, back to the 44.
They're going end over. They've got a tight end. They've got a wing back spread out in what I'd call a three spot, and then a split in, but they're still not able to out-leverage us. We're getting a lot of pressure against them, and just what I anticipated. We just got to watch that quarterback keeping it and that guy throwing it deep.
3-yard loss on that one, Ryan. 2nd and 13. Wayne County sticking with a 3-man front with the 5 linebackers here.
Dave, would you holler pass?
You can.
I think they're going to pass.
Stoll in the gun. One back to his right. He is going to throw dead over the middle and intercepted it. There was that neat? No, it's not neat.
20.
That's Dane Bryant on the interception as he read that perfectly and made the interception.
I'm going to tell you something, and I hate to say that's some good coaching. That kid made a great play, but somebody's told him to watch that tight end releasing straight down the field. I saw it on film. They've all saw it on film. The coaches have noted it. They go to it, and Dane Bryant did exactly what he was supposed to do and made a great play.
So now Wayne County going to take over at the 43 after interception. Nice drop there by Dane.
Very athletic catch. Very athletic catch.
Dane, just a sophomore.
I knew he was young.
We're going to go under center here, Ryan. Tight formation here. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll go from a split back look. Fake going to give. Beavis going to keep around the left end. Yeah, he pitched to Butler, and he's going to break some tackles and actually pick some up. Fine logic there to get the first down.
We went to the split backs. We ran 13. Beavis makes a great read, and if I can quote Lou Holtz from the split back veer from here to eternity in 1964, 4 is more. If you get 4 yards, keep it. Don't pitch it.
Well, he pitched it late, and it looked like it was going to cost Wayne County, but credit right to Butler for picking up extra yards on that.
He pitched about 3 yards behind him, too. Not a very good pitch relationship there, but I love being in the split backs. This is my favorite formation.
And they're back to it, this time on the straight dive, and going up the middle there is Nenist. He's going to take it down from the 46 down to the 40, a pickup of 6, and Wayne County on the move once again, Ryan.
Now, and Dave, that's why I like this offense, because I know that the modern-day offenses are shotgun and do this and do that. I think if you take your 2 best kids and you put them back there and you run them as hard as you can at the line, it's hard for somebody to make a play. You know, it's hard for a linebacker to come in and take that on and make a play.
Well, you're getting your look at it right here. This is the 3rd consecutive play and the 3rd consecutive look. There's the give to Nenist again. He's going to power his way for more inside the 35, now down near the 30 and inside it to the 28.
Well, and honestly, Dave, on that play, that's probably actually a pull, but we're so much more physically strong than they are at the point of attack that you can just give it and he can drag them for 3 or 4 yards because nobody has Beavis if he pulls it.
And that was a huge gain nonetheless. I mean, that went for 12 yards, I think.
I think he drove 3 defenders, didn't he?
48 seconds to play here in the first. Wayne County 7, Summertown 6. Beavis under center. There's the give to Nenist. Big hole off the left side, darting around inside the 20, inside the 15, up the far side and down near the 10.
I have to laugh here, Dave, because he is doing something that years ago when I coached junior high, I did this a lot. He's got 4 linemen on one side and 3 linemen on the other. He's got a jumbo on one side. He's got 2 backs back there, and he's saying, how do you want to shift? How do you want to slide? And we're going to run the opposite of what you do. I love it. You notice 4 linemen on the right side again. I mean, it's beautiful.
Beavis under center, split back set, Castleman and Nenist. There's a give to Castleman. He's through inside the 10, down near the 5. He's going to be stopped shy of the goal line by a good 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 3. Good run there by Kaysen. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. And I feel after 1, Wayne County 7, Summertown 6 will be back with 2nd quarter action after this timeout. You're listening to Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio.
At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Wayne County Football here on Big Oldies Radio. We're at the start of the 2nd quarter. It's Wayne County 7, Summertown 6, but it's Wayne County Football with a 2nd down and 4 from the Summertown 6-yard line. So Wayne County looking to add to this lead here. Taken over on the interception at the 43 by Dane Bryant. As Summertown had ran one play, and then Dane read that throw over the middle after losing 3. Dane picked it off to start this drive, Ryan.
I'd like to give a shout out, if you don't mind, Dave, to my friend Eddie Nutt. Apparently one of the comments I made earlier has got him fired up because I got a text from him, another member of the Wildcat that played some football. But I love what he's doing. He's very basic here. We're out of the shotgun. We're out of all the deep stuff. We're just saying, hey, here it is. I got 4 guys on one side, 3 on the other. We're coming right at you. What you going to do about it?
Well, and Summertown got a quarter break here to see if they could do something about it. Because right now, Wayne County had their way moving it down the field. We'll see if they're able to adjust or if they just got to live with it.
Well, it's a cat and mouse game, as you know, with good coaching. Adjustments are what wins ball games sometimes. And so let's see what they can do. But right now, they don't have an answer. And not only that, but Dave, if you've noticed, we've ran it pretty much to the 3-man side as opposed to the 4-man surface. So we're running it over there at 3 men all night, and very successful with it. We ran inside and outside, I believe, on the video, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Coach Lance's list of victory that we didn't get to in the pregame was finish drives, control the line of scrimmage, and cause turnovers. Well, they finished the drive on the first one. They've controlled the line of scrimmage here, and they've caused that 1 turnover. So far, Wayne County doing pretty well on Coach Lance's list. Now still got an opportunity here to try and finish this drive as it's 2nd and 4 from the Summertown 6. Wayne County going to switch and now move right to left, and this is the 6th play upcoming of the drive.
Yeah, this is one of those, if you don't finish, you feel like you've really let something get away. We're going to be in the split back again.
Like you say, tight to it, and you got the 4 linemen right, 3 left. Quarterback sneak. Beavis on a power move up the middle. He's going to be stacked up shy of the first down.
Dave, can you look at that formation when we come back out? I've been saying we're in split back, but it almost looks like that right back was behind the quarterback that time instead of where he normally would be splitting the guard.
He may have been that time. I thought they'd been Summertown guy.
He might have been there just to push the quarterback in the back. I wondered about that.
Got an injured Summertown or a cramp here. Of course, we had cramps galore last week, and I'm pretty sure, Coach Willis talked with Emma in the pregame about all the precautions you try and take to avoid the situations that Wayne County had a week ago, and we got a Summertown guy. I believe that's a cramp down there on the far end to our left. As we're stationed here on the end, we're outside tonight despite the heat, but thanks to John Harper and the fans, it doesn't feel too bad here.
No, it's not. I bet it's a lot harder down there on that field if you're trying to play football tonight.
I bet. Got a good little breeze going.
One of the concerns I always had about games like this early on in August is that issues that you have with you're so sweaty. Your forearms are wet, your shoulder pads are wet, everything you have is wet. And to me, you see more fumbles early in the season because of the sweat and the humidity than you do later on.
7-6. 7-6, the Wayne County lead here with 11:43 to play in the first. And we got a timeout here for the Summertown injury. As Wayne County's facing a 3rd and 2. According to the scoreboard from the 4, and I'll have to take their word for it because it's difficult for me to see the hash marks, the lines here. But a cramp issue here. We saw that, I said, a lot last week. We hoped that we wouldn't see it as much this week. But Wayne County's moved this ball strictly on the ground from the 43 all the way down to the Summertown 4, and it's 6 rushing plays for the Cats as they've gone with the tight formation the whole way.
I'm a little bit excited, Dave. Anytime you get in this type of offense and you have this kind of success with it, it's just really what I like to see. Because you like to see anything that's successful, but This is just really good football. I think it suits what our kids do. I think you can mix in some of the shotgun and that stuff. I think that's obviously part of what you've got to do. But I like how Coach Willis came out in this. Didn't do hardly any of this last week, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe some early on, and then stayed more in the shotgun format, running our truck and our plays like that. But really got them puzzled right now.
Well, and Wayne County moved the ball. Like we talked about, Wayne County with 305 yards of offense. Against 193 from Mount Pleasant. So Wayne County outgained them, certainly outgaining Summertown tonight. As they matched 64-yard drives on the opening possession, but Wayne County's now moved this drive over 50 itself on the second one, while Summertown had a -3.
I thought we were the better team coming into it, but the better team doesn't always win, and sometimes what you watch on film doesn't really work out on the field.
Yeah, it can be very misleading at times. Davis going to go back under center. I can't say for sure it's a split back,
I believe it is.
I believe it is. There's the give to Butler. He's got some room driving his way toward the end zone. Wayne County signaling. The officials not signaling. They're going to say he's stacked up short, but it is going to be a first down, I believe.
All 155 pounds of him driving forward in the two-hole.
Does he weigh that much?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to give him that. He didn't self-report his weight. We did weigh him. But, yeah, that was just 12. He's just running 12 right there, it looked like, straight up the field. Nice job. First down from the 1. Quarterback sneak here, Dave.
Yeah, that's what we had last time.
They did have 2 ones this time, though.
It simplifies things. Beavis goes low. Did he fumble it?
He may
He got
have.
across the end zone, though, according to the official, across the way for the Wildcat score.
They really changed their look there. They actually had a nose and maybe 2 ones or maybe a lot of people in the middle. He did a quick snap, which I'm not a big fan of because you're not really ready to get it when you do that, but it paid off, and we've got the points, and let's see what we can do here.
That's a 13-6 lead. And Hunt, he seems to show no ill effects from the hobbling off from the last PAT attempt.
Let's give Coach Willis all the props. He had the faith in his kids to execute the 4th down play to get them down here to score.
Well, that was on the first
Oh, first drive. My fault. I got crossed up.
Yeah, and here's Hunt to try and extend this lead one more. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick. It's a line drive. It's up, and it's good.
Yeah, that looked nice. That looked like the way it was supposed to be done right there.
And that touchdown and extra point brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. And recapping the drive, that's a 57-yard drive, 8 plays, 3 minutes exactly off the clock for the Cats. 14-6, Wayne County. Drew Beavis with both touchdowns thus far, Ryan, on the night.
What can you say? I don't know if there could be a better drive. I know Coach Cruz and Coach Pierce and Coach Dixon and Coach Rice and all those guys who coached here for years. They had to love that because that was just line up, smash mouth football, and go get them, wasn't it?
It sure was. 11:07 on the clock here for the Eagles, and they're going to get the ball back with a chance to answer. Remember, the Summertown got the ball first, went 64 yards on 8 plays to take a 6-0 lead. Wayne County answered with a 9-play, 64-yard drive. Beavis capped it off with a 2-yard quarterback sneak. Dane Bryant with an interception set Wayne County up for its next drive, and Wayne County went 57 yards on 8 plays. Another Beavis quarterback sneak, this one from 1 yard out. Casey Hunt adding the PATs on both, and it's a 14-6 Wayne County lead here. You got a lot of things, like you say, if you're Coach Willis and them across the way, and Coach Keaton, that's been 2 drives that are completely different from Wayne County's perspective.
Yes, and I want to give Coach Willis and the whole staff their credit. So many times you see coaches. I thought I saw it last week in Lawrence County's offense, and especially a lot of young coaches. Kerry Cruz told me a long time ago, stick to your knitting. When things are working, stick to your knitting. Sometimes you get these drives going, and you're getting first downs, and you're getting 3 and 4 yards, and you become impatient, and you say, hey, I need to take a shot here. I can catch them off guard with the reverse. He had none of that. He had what was working, and he just kept running it. It's that old thing, hey, run it again. And if it's working, run it again. And he did that the whole way down the field.
Well, let's see if this Wayne County defense can keep some momentum here. As
I really look for Summertown to take a shot right off the bat, don't you?
Well, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, they that's where they had their success on the first drive. Now, they threw an interception that last one.
And that was a medium range throw.
Yeah, it was. Just over the middle. Wayne County tried the onside last time.
I say we'll kick it away. He's got a little confidence in his offense right now.
Bryant back in the middle of the field. Green and Love to his left and right. Hunt with the ball on tee, middle of the field. He'll stride to it. This one's going to go the way of Bryant. Bryant's going to field it, moving to his right. It's a 14. Up across the 20, the 25. Now across the 30. He's straight into the secondary. It's off the right. And he's trying to get chase. Bryant. And Clyde Bryant is going to take it all the way. He busts through the Wayne County kick coverage team and scores. Dane Bryant had a chance, and he threw a move on him and took it down the sideline for the touchdown.
Oh, goodness. That's not what you needed. And if somebody's got to break down and make a tackle there, that's one of the dangerous things in high school is that kickoff team. It doesn't take but 1 or 2 guys missing, and they're off to the races. And now we had a beautiful drive that lasted a long time, and we turned right around. Fellow step back in the line, and we get to see the Summertown fireworks again. I bet Ruben Bryant's living that. That's about 5 feet from him.
Oh, is he down there? Not it? Yeah, he is. Well, Wayne County had an 8-point lead for a few minutes. It's now 14-12 with 10:53 to go. That was an 86-yard kick return by Ty Bryant. And Summertown being huddled here on the sideline as they're going to go for 2 to try and tie this contest.
I'm looking at a camera that's shooting at the scoreboard. Not always got it going on, but it's just rocking. Maybe it's
just jostling around.
jostling everywhere, so we apologize for that.
Stoll in the gun, and he's got McCory to his right. They're going to run the little toss in front, and taking it in is Logan Love off the right side. That was the play they decided to call a pass instead of a run. Remember when they did that a few years back at the 2-point conversion to tie things at 14?
Well, that's disheartening. I mean, that's going to be disheartening for Coach Willis and for our kids. You know, there's 3 parts of the ball game, and you've got to be successful in all of them to get these wins. You got defense, offense, and special teams, and our special teams really let us down there. There's something you can say about it. You know, when you kick one that deep, and really didn't get much of a hand on him, and he returns it for a touchdown, and we're right back into a battle.
Okay, so going forward, you've seen Wayne County struggle last week covering kicks, and then certainly this week giving up the score off the kicks. Do you squib it?
I squib
here on out.
In junior, and of course in junior high, we're pretty good defenses, so we're onside kick probably 65% of the time because we felt like you were going to get it up here anyway, regardless of what we did. So I squib it and hope the up back gets it. And if we can stop them at the 40, you know, somewhere around the 40, then we're in good shape. Just make them go the distance because right now we're really struggling on kick return. Now I think last week was more about Mount Pleasant. I think that was about us.
And another thing, 10:53 to go. You know, Wayne County can grind it out here, especially, you know, if they keep this same, you know, 2-back tight formation under center look.
And Summertown doesn't find a fix for it.
Right. If they don't, I mean, you're just looking at it for a positive from Wayne County's standpoint. You could really work on the clock, and if you could get it in, you could leave Summertown with, say, 3 minutes or so to go maybe, and look at taking a lead to the half and try and get that lead and then getting the ball to start the second half. You start thinking about that at some point. It's a little early right now, but after you get up a kick return, you try and find a few positives here and there.
Well, you can never You can never say too much about momentum with high school kids. You know, all the momentum was our way. Had we gotten a 3 and out there and got the ball back, I think we could have really got this thing going downhill. And now we're in a dogfight, and that happens when you don't execute.
Butler and Castleman back to return the kick. They're standing back near the 10. They're going to put the ball on the tee at the 20, and that's Hoffman, the sophomore, Bradley Hoffman.
They kicked it right to us last time. Didn't seem to be too concerned about our return man.
They got a little gap there. If he can kind of pooch it over the second line before the first line, and Mount Pleasant did that, and it worked well as it skipped by our return guys.
There's a lot of dead area there.
And they're going to try that. Retreating back and not fielding it. It's Dixon fielding it on a hop. There's Castleman. Makes a man miss at the 30, across the 35, across the 40, and out near the 45. Castleman with a good return and good field position for Cats.
That's one of those plays that looks like a train wreck. It hits the ground, it bounces around, we pick it up, it slides down our leg a little bit, and then you think we may score. High school football at its best.
You ran through it all there, didn't you?
That's right, we did it all.
10:47 to play here in the second. We're tied at 14.
Well, and these games, there's so many small things that are the difference in winning and losing a game. And there's a good example. If you drop that ball and they pick it up, what happens?
Wayne County going back to the gun here as they mix it up. Butler to his left. 2 receivers right. Beavis with a snap. Fake on the give. Beavis on the keep. Got some room here off the left side of the 50. Cuts it across at the 45. Now inside the 40. And bangs his way down near the 37.
Nice job. Very nice play there. Again, we change up things. We go to the shotgun. Quarterback keeps it, and he's off to the races.
Boy, if Summertown made an adjustment to go under center, then they went out there and now all of a sudden they got that. Because Beavis, there was nobody over there. They all crashed in from that side, and Drew had plenty of room to roam.
Well, and that's what I love about option football. It's assignment-based football with defense. If one guy doesn't do his assignment, there should be a room to run.
Again in the gun, Enos to Beavis' left. There's the give to Jake. He's in trouble, and he's going to drag forward for about 1 as Summertown converged from the left, right, and the middle that time.
That's the difference in being in that. And there's nothing wrong with that deep shotgun. But that's the risk you do take when you're in that shotgun. When you hand that thing off, if it's not blocked up well, you're going to get negative instead of positive. Let's see if he goes back to split backs here to try to pick up this 2nd and 9.
9:50 clock moves second quarter. Wayne County breaks huddle, 20 seconds on the play clock. Drew in the shotgun. Butler to his left, 2 receivers left. Going to give to Ryder. Drew on to keep off the left side. He's hit. He's going to fall forward across the 35 and down to the 34, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
I really thought we had something on the outside there, Dave. I was actually watching and hoping they didn't call a hold on our outside guy because I expected Davis to be getting around the end, but he turned that thing back in. And, you know,
He picked up 2, I think, Ryan. That's going to be 3rd and 7. Definite pour-down territory here, so you can certainly keep it on the ground if that's your desire here, despite it being 3rd and long. 9:10 to play here in the second.
Good to hear from Coach Pierce on the text tonight. He's watching us.
Oh, yeah, I knew he'd be on there. He's got to make sure you don't give him any grief. We got some movement up front. Who was that on? False start on Wayne County.
Definitely moved.
It goes from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12 as that'll back it up from the 34 back to the 39. Cole Turman was listening to us as well because he was thinking that the reference you made about that kick against Alabama and UT was a little uncalled for.
Uncalled for. I apologize, Cole. Didn't want to do anything to upset you.
3rd and 12 facing the Cats from the 39, 8:56 to play.
But it wasn't it, Dave?
As I recall, but I think that was a little deeper kick than the extra point. There was some, you got to understand when it's a little deeper, it might be a little lower in the drive than the extra point. Wayne County calls timeout, Ryan, so that'll leave the Cats with 2 here facing 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 is not where we want to be.
No, and that's the 5-yard penalties you're trying to avoid because Wayne County, they don't have the types of things that can overcome that. When you had Preston and those guys, 3rd and 12 was a little bit different than it is at the moment, just given the scheme that you got on offense.
Yeah, it was awful nice when you could just throw it up to Blaine and let him go get it on 3rd and 12. Different skill set of players. Really happy with what our kids are doing, though. I think especially if we get some positive yards here, if we get 5 or 6 yards on this play, I think it's 2-down situation.
Oh, definitely. You're inside the 40. I mean, now, if you lose yards here, you could try and punt and get them deep. But if you gain some, then, you're like a little bit tough to see Talon Keaton over there on the crutches across the way. As he was injured last week, he made a big impact on the game in the first half.
You lose one of your strongest, most athletic kids in a 1A football, then that hurts. And so I think he's going to have surgery soon, if I can say that. I hope everything goes great for him. We'll just prayers for him and his family, get him healed up and get him back where he can be going.
Back to action here. Beavis in the gun. One back to his left. Fake on the give. Stands tall. Looks to throw. Under pressure. Now it's rolling left. Going to throw over the middle. Got a man wide open. He's got to catch it to 30. Inside the 20. And he's going to break that tackle. Get inside the 10 and drag a defender with him. Nice move. Sailor Skelton and Wayne County in business. 1st and goal.
I want to give props to our offensive line. We had plenty of time to throw. Had one guy break through late in the back. I don't know who that was. The back picked up the guy who broke through late. It allowed Sailor to run all the way across the field and pick it up at about 12 yards and run a big gain.
Made that last man miss. What a nice pass and catch there. As Beavis stood tall, scanned the field, and found Sailor.
Let's hope we get those split backs, Dave.
There you got it.
There we go.
1st and goal from the Summertown 4. Beavis under center here, tight formation. 8:20 to play in the 4th. Quarterback sneak. Beavis hit. Drives forward. Did he get there? And not quite.
That's my favorite play. Usually when you're on quarterback sneak, things are going good for you. I think you just run it again here. You have to be really close to being in.
8 minutes to play here. They say they only got to the 2?
No, this guy over here on the markers, he looks like he is at the 2, isn't he? If you go there.
This official down here is on the 1 that I'm looking at.
This guy over here is at the 2. Well, he may be
this guy right here I'm looking at the 1.
I can't even see that.
7:43, we're under center.
Yeah, he is at the 1.
And there's the quarterback sneak, and this time they're stacked up. And there's a touchdown. Another quarterback sneak and another touchdown for Drew Beavis.
Sometimes we get lost in complexity, and sometimes it's just the simplest things, running the football right at them, converted a play after a penalty.
Yep.
Good offensive set there by the Wildcats.
Wayne County going to try the point after. It's 20-14 here as the Cats move at 55 yards on 6 plays for the score. Hunt on for his 3rd PAT. Wayne County had the football 3 times, scored 3 touchdowns. That's pretty efficient.
Well, I like that.
There's the snap. There's the hold. The PAT low and no good.
We've had it 3 times and scored 3 touchdowns. They've had it once and scored 2 touchdowns, though. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, they had twice because they threw an interception.
That's right, the interception. Jason Ray sent me a text, and he said he don't understand what we're talking about it being hot. He said it's awful cool there in the living room.
Is it? Well, I've had worse situations. John's got us a pretty good setup here.
This fan's lovely. We'll give a shout-out to our man, Teak Hampton here, who's running things tonight. Couldn't get things done without Teak, and then the great John Harper behind us. Apparently he's trading stock on his cell phone at this time. Maybe it's after hours trading or something.
Well, you hadn't sold any cows while you're up here, have you?
I have not sold any this afternoon, but if you're looking for some, I've got some really nice bulls, some good heifers, whatever you need, we can fix you right up.
Miles Prince listening in tonight. Miles Prince teaching 7th grade math for us.
It's so nice to see young people coming back into our building. We need young people in the teaching profession. I've been in this, I think, 27th or 28th year in education. It's been wonderful and a blessing for me. And I'm really glad to see some really nice and good kids coming into the profession and wish them the best as they start their careers out.
Well, we're going to kick it again, Ryan. We're going to kick it here from the 40, and the last time it didn't go well.
I think we got a squib it here, but the problem with squibbing it today is they've got number 6 there. I'm looking
in the middle.
I'm looking at a squib with 12 and taking our chances there. What do you think?
Yeah, if you can angle it over there his way, or just pooch it to him like they did to David Grant last week.
Well, you know, my senior year I was back deep with Byron and Jared, so I got to see a lot of them. But yeah, obviously.
Did you run any pitches back?
You didn't want to pitch back to him? I think Rick had 28 different plays for us to get to Byron and Jared, so I didn't get to return it, which was a wise move.
Summertown moving left to right, 7:35 on the scoreboard. Clock 20-14, the Wayne County lead. 3 touchdowns on the night by Drew Beavis, all with quarterback sneak variety. Good night offensively. We got Preston Stegall. He's on the sidelines tonight across the way, so we'll give you some statistical numbers at the half.
I think they've got a good hands team up here, too. There's a lot of small numbers on that front line.
And there he is, the onside kick. Wayne County got a chance at it. Did he go 10 yards? Dixon came up with it.
It did not go 10 yards. Now, they may call it 10 yards, but it did not go 10 yards.
He was close. It's 9.5, if not 10. It looks like across the way they're going to say he was just short of 10. And if he is, John Harper will have a replay, Ryan. You might be able to see it. If he can slow it down there, they're talking about it.
I thought we touched it just before 10 yards.
Could have. That's what they're talking about right now here. And they're going to say illegal touching on Wayne County, so it'll be Summertown ball. Coach Willis with hands on hips says he's a little disappointed.
All right, we do have an angle. We're not looking at it straight down the line, so we could be off a little bit. But I felt like I thought right there's about where he touched it, too, where they marked it. I think that's pretty accurate.
So Summertown to take over right where Dixon touched it at the 49. Boy, if he could have waited just a split second, look how close that ball is to midfield.
Yeah, you know, usually in that scenario, you have a couple guys who are lined up to go peg the up front guy and a guy who's designated to clean up afterwards and get the ball. And I don't know that we played it out
that's
that
just
way.
a few inches.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the balls just got to touch the feet. So
I think it wouldn't have been a catastrophe if they'd called it the other way. I mean, it's very close.
Summertown in the shotgun, back to Stahl's right. High snap. He hands it there to the back. He's going to be stacked up near the line of scrimmage. And on that carry was Miles Green. Wayne County defense ready that time, and it brings up 2nd and 10. Braden Littleton there getting up off the stuff.
A host of Wildcats came in there. Penetration by the defensive line. Linebackers came over, scraped over the top, and cleaned it up. Very nice play. Very nice play by Wayne County.
2nd and 10.
And here's the situation where it's a little bit dangerous for us, Dave, because we know they're going to throw here, and how can we cover it?
We got Beavis coming out here sneaking to kind of cover into the slot, and he's got Ullman over the top. There's a fake on the give, going to throw the slant. It's complete. Hit hard there across the middle. Butler with the hit, but hanging on was Jeffrey Starr, and he'll have the first down to the Wayne County 35.
Pretty much the same play we intercepted earlier. The previous play, the linebacker released with 17. That way he had him in that shallow coverage before he got to the safety. This time nobody drug with him, and he catches it right in front of the safety, which is where the play is designed.
1st and 10 at the Wildcat 35, 6:37 to go. Wayne County in front 20-14. Summertown trying to answer the Wayne County score moments ago. Stoll in the shotgun, one back to his right, 3 to the left. Fake on the give, Stoll on the keep. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Aaron Martin coming through to make the play.
He's hurt as well, Dave. The quarterback is hurt. I don't know, maybe just a hand. But we were very fortunate he didn't get out of there because there was a lot of room around the right end. I don't know who's got the quarterback on that read play, but we definitely didn't have anybody on him.
Well, that's a loss of 4, Ryan, so it's going to be 2nd and 14 as Martin didn't miss that tackle. And as you say, it goes for a 4-yard loss instead of what could have been a big gain. 5:59, clock moves. 2nd quarter action, Wayne County in front, 20-14. Eagles with all 3 timeouts. Wayne County with 2. Play clock down to 10 as the Eagles just now break the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage.
He must have landed on his hand there. He was shaking his hand when he got up.
3 seconds to go. They're not going to get this one off. They're going to call timeout, and they do. Coach Winfrey here recognized the play clock getting down, burns one of those 3 timeouts.
Coach Winfrey, a guy coming back to Lawrence County, he coached my brother, I believe, at Lawrence County High School for a while when he was over there.
Yeah, and been in Alabama and at Florence High School there for a little while. 5:41.
Who's that?
Clock stopped here on the Summertown timeout, 2nd and 14.
Hey, I want to give a shout out, I believe in New Mexico, is that what that said? To Ethan Locker, a kid that played for me a long time ago, and he gave me a shout out a while ago, so I want to repeat that. Good to know you're watching, Ethan. Had a lot of fun playing with you, buddy.
How about that?
We're nationwide. We're like busy top, eh? Except the bad part. We're not bad in nationwide.
Oh, okay.
We're old in nationwide.
Well, we'll take it. A timeout here. You know, Ryan, I mean, we mentioned the heat at the beginning, but aside from that one cramp here on the Summertown side, it hadn't been an issue to this point.
I'm going to tell you,
To this point.
it's hot up here.
But to this point.
Yeah, it happened, and that goes back to, I think, a little luck, to be honest with you. I think there's a little bit of luck, and kids are so much more knowledgeable now about getting hydrated, and coaches are more knowledgeable about getting hydrated. We'll see how that plays out in the fourth, though, when things really get tough, and kids have had a lot of carries and had a lot of snaps under them tonight, and see how that works out for them.
Baker Bryan in up front defensively. You know, he's the center on offense, and they're going to try and use him sparingly on defense, given the fact that he was probably the first and second string center was the way it was termed to me, so they didn't want to risk anything with him being on defense, but with the injury to Keaton, Baker seeing some action here in the middle defensively there for the Cats.
I know, I said, you said Ethan who?
2nd and 14. Shotgun formation for the Eagles. 2 receivers left, 1 right. They got Love in the backfield. Now they're going to run the speed switch. Oh, get there. Giving it to Bryant. Bryant trying to make his way around the right end. He picks his way across the 40 and now down inside the 35, but out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Speed kills. I really thought we had him stopped. I mean, nice play, don't get me wrong, but I really thought we had him back there for a loss, and he just outran one of our defenders to the corner. But here they're in a 3rd and 9 situation. I think this 2-down situation for them as well. I'd look for a little quick pass here, or maybe try to get that quarterback on the edge.
And that was the play, Ryan, they scored the 2 on, right?
Yes, that is correct, if I'm not mistaken.
And here comes McCrory checking in. It's 3rd and 9 after a 5-yard gain there. Clock stopped out of bounds. 5:34 left here before the half.
Wayne County with 3 down linemen.
Wayne County been playing that, you know, pretty much all year.
Yeah, a little bit different than what we normally do.
There's a fake on the give, looking to throw. Got man coverage. Robertson in coverage, and the ball stayed over Trying to make the catch there was number 14, Peyton Ehow.
He really had us. He had the step he wanted. The quarterback dropped it right where he needed to. I think if he completed it to the ground, they were going to get it to him, Dave. What do you think?
Well, he certainly didn't complete it to the ground, and the coach here is talking to the official, but I don't really know.
I think it was questionable on his feet. I think it was good enough they would have gave it to him, but it's clearly not a catch. The ball can't roll 10 yards after you know.
Yeah, I think they were going to give it to him. I don't know that it was in bounds necessarily.
Yeah, it was close, and that guy, you know, he's just guessing there at that point. It's 20 yards downfield. He's trying to figure if he's caught it in or not.
Ball on the right hash, 4th and 9.
Big play.
Straight back drop, looking to throw over the middle. That was going to be high, and Wayne County forces the turnover on downs. 4th and 9 and a high incomplete pass.
Well, that really helps us negate the touchdown on the kickoff. 20-14 here. If we can do what we've been doing, stick to our knitting, drive this ball down the field and get some points right here before halftime, Dave, we're in great shape.
Well, and Ryan, Wayne County tried the onside kick, and what price did they pay?
Yeah, exactly.
Did they pay a price?
Again, I told you, and I'm not very knowledgeable, but so many times you're just as well off to squib it. Now, I'd like for us to squib it a little bit deeper, you know. Obviously, you don't want to touch it at 9 yards, but you're not paying a big price at all when you do that if your kick team's not very good.
Davis in the gun, Butler to his left. There's the give to Ryder. Looking for a hole, sprints through it off the right side, and he's got 10 plus off the right side out to the 45.
Dare I say we're imposing our will on him right now, Dave?
I tell you what, it doesn't have to be a big hole for Ryder Butler to find it.
He can slip through the planks of this porch we're standing on right now. He's slippery. Small frame, small stature guy. He's got good movement to his hips. Just a good ball player. I tell you, if he was as big as his little brother, you wouldn't get to practice him during the week. You'd every time to stay over there so he didn't hurt anybody. His little brother's huge.
Yeah, and Ryder, pound for pound, I mean, he's as strong as they come when you look at a guy. You said 155. I think that's generous, but he's a strong guy.
Oh, there we go. That's the thing you can't do.
And then we got the movement up front, and that's going to back Wayne County up 5.
We're overcame a penalty early. It's first down. That's if you're going to get a penalty, I guess that's the best time to get one. Summertown's student section is taunting us a little bit, jumping off sides. Glad to hear that.
You wouldn't know anything about that. 4:40 to play here in the second. 20-14, the Wayne County lead. Davis in the gun. Two receivers split out wide to the right. There's the give to Butler. He's got to make a man miss and does. Gets a stiff arm trying to get to the edge. Does so, turns it up, and it tripped up from behind as he gets back to the original sticks there. Get those 5 back, Ryan.
That's all out of Butler right there, guys. Stiff armed a guy at 150 pounds. Stiff armed a guy coming in, outran a guy in the corner, and got us 5 yards. And for your information, Dave, yes, I am opposed to taunting student athletes.
I meant just kind of carrying on to the student section. If you mentioned the 80s, somebody's probably still got pictures of the 80s if you need evidence.
I hope not.
Davis in the gun. 2 receivers split out wide left. 1 back flanking him to the right. He move again.
We are shooting ourselves. I know Coach Willis is pulling his hair out there. That's why Coach Mike Pierce is bald now for kids jumping off sides. That just hurts. You go from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 15 just after going from 1st and 15 because of offsides. And that may be the heat, Dave. I mean, that may be losing focus, getting tired. We really need to. Might not be a bad time to take a timeout and just talk to everybody a little bit, kind of let them regroup.
4:24 to play here before the half. A 20-14 Wildcat lead. But 2nd and 15 facing the Cats from their own 40. Fake on the give. Davis on the key. He's in trouble and dragged down for a short gain just across the 40 to the 41. Well, once you lose 5, that kind of hurts that split back game too. So
it just, down in distance is so important in 1A high school football. You've got to stay ahead of the chains. If you can keep me ahead of the chains, I can do good things for you. But once you start getting those 3rds and 15s, again, we have great kids who are playing hard. We don't have stellar athletes who are going out and run a lot of people on big game burst. And so, that puts us at a disadvantage when we're behind the sticks.
Well, Wayne County facing 3rd and 14 now.
Another interesting tidbit, our quarterback, Drew Beavis' dad played for Coach Winfrey when Stan when he was at Lawrence County High School.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Play clock down to 2. Beavis gets the snap, straight back drop. Got all day. Now going to roll left. Still got time. Now going to scramble off the right side. Puts his head down and drives through 2 defenders. They're going to come up well short at the 49. Summertown must have had that well defended downfield around.
I got caught watching the quarterback instead of watching the wide receiver, so I can't tell you. Really like on the opportunity there where it's 3rd and long. I really like for us to throw it up, throw it deep, and see who can make a play possibly. But he did all he could do. We had a nice time, Dave. Really had a nice time. We're going to get a timeout here, but I think it's clearly a punt situation, don't you?
Well, this is interesting because, there's 3:09. So you could have ran a good 30 seconds more off the clock to keep Summertown from having more time. If you call a timeout right there, that's making me think you're going for it.
That's why you're so heady, Dave. That's, that is a good point.
You're going to punt. I don't run the clock off.
Well, you think you would. Let's just make a mistake, and it happens every day. Or maybe you've got a kid with gas that needs to be on your punt team. But
you still run it down and call the timeout.
Yes, correct. I agree. Again, there's lots of things go into coaching, and sometimes you don't realize what you're doing when you're on that sideline. That's why you need so many people over there helping you. I do not see going for it here. If it was 4th and 2 or 3, and with our run game, I'm very confident in that. But here at midfield, a 6-point game, I feel like we've dominated on the offensive side of the ball. I'd hate to give it to them here at the short field, them score and get the conversion, and them lead at halftime. I'd like to make them go 70 yards if I could.
Is there something that you're worried about in the punt game?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Trying to avoid.
When you say avoid by the timeouts, what I'm thinking you mean, but I just think you've got to punt it. I mean, Ryder's a good kicker. I saw that last week. I think you angle it over here at the 20, and you just try to kick that thing out of bounds. I just don't believe you go for it here, but I don't get paid to coach. I don't know that I get paid for any of this, so we'll see.
Well, Baker's out there, and David DeGrant Dixon's the long snapper. So Baker's under center. Wayne County going to go here from the shotgun.
They just try to get him jump off side.
3:09.
Nope.
There's the snap. Davis on a straight back drop as Wayne County goes on 4th and 8. Heavy pressure. Throwing long down the middle. Nobody there. As one of the Wayne County receivers hit the deck and is laying down at about the 38-yard line. So what happened there? Wayne County going to turn it over on downs. There's no flags.
Well, it was contact, obviously, that got him on the ground. You can hit him as long as the ball's not in the air. I mean, there's no 5-yard shuck rule in high school football. I mean, you can pound that guy all the way down the field as long as you're not holding him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Coach Willis made the right call here or not.
Well, they turn it over on the 48. So Summertown going to have 3:02 left here. Taking over at the Wayne County 48.
A chance to really, Summertown's got a chance here to really swing the momentum of this game, Dave.
Absolutely. You got to trust the defense to do something like that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of faith in your defense, or no faith in your defense.
Not in between your
No, I don't think it's in between.
There's the give to McCreary, and he dodges tacklers at the line of scrimmage, still moving people, dragging people with him across the 40 and down to the 39, a gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1.
I think you're seeing a little fatigue there. Again, I think that's maybe their best run of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
That moves it, a gain of 9 there. Summertown moving left to right, 240. Summertown still with 2 timeouts. Got plenty of time here as the Eagles only have to go 39 yards.
And this comes back to where you were talking about leaving that 30 seconds on the clock.
Stoll in the gun. There's the give. McCory looking for some room right. He's got the first down as he runs through Wayne County tacklers down to the 34.
I'm going to give Summertown credit here as well. They have not been successful at all running the football on us tonight. And here they ran it 2 plays in a row and got the first down. And they're going to stop the clock while the chains move, and now the clock's running.
And McCrory going to check out here as he tapped his helmet after those 2 runs.
Would you think they'd take a shot here, Dave?
Oh, quite possibly.
I think this is the spot you do it, isn't it?
But they got time to do whatever they want to do. Now they're confused.
Well,
they're not getting the alignment right, and so you step back Stoll trying to get Love to the correct position. Fake on the give, Stoll on the
good job, kids. Stay home, backside. I don't know if it's because he's tired or because he's coached up, but he stayed at home on the backside and was there to make the play. Good job by number 50, I believe that is.
Yeah, and Stoll gets stacked up for a gain of 2, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. There from the 32-yard line.
Big play here. Get them in 3rd and long would definitely be an asset to us.
1:30 to play here before the half. Summertown with 2 timeouts. Clock moves.
They're not in any hurry. I know they have 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Well, they had some opportunities deep down the field last time. Butler goes over to cover the slot receiver and coming down in motion. This time, and then they're going to throw it out of the back. He's dropping it. It's Love down the sideline.
They had the wheel route. Had a slant and go on this side and a wheel route in behind it, and it's all about execution.
And they had that little touch pass to the back coming across, kind of like the speed sweep. They faked it, and then Love wide open down the sideline, but it's kind of like one of those things when you're 2 wide open almost. And those are the hardest kind. That brings up 3rd and 8, 1:13 to play here in the 3rd, and the Wayne County 20-14 lead.
2 down situation here. They're going to take 2 more shots at it through the air, I believe. Just got to hope to get a play. Not getting much pass rush either. I know our kids are tired as we're approaching halftime.
Well, if you don't blitz, you only got 3 guys, Now look, Wayne County showing blitz. Bryant showing it. Ball's free on the ground. Wayne County got up with it.
He just dropped that somehow, didn't he?
Did the center think?
I think the center thought he was under center because the ball never came back to the quarterback, and that'll happen.
1:07 to play. Summertown fumbles it. Wayne County recovers at the 34.
I think he snapped it like they were under center or something. There we go. Now, what can the Cats do with 1:07 to go, Dave? We get the ball back to start the second half, correct?
Correct. I don't really do a lot right here. Do you? Well, you got 1 timeout, so they've got 2 timeouts. So
when you throw it, there's a bunch of bad things that can happen.
You got to see if you can pop one here with a run.
Yeah, I'll run it, see what you get, and then if you get something on the run, go from there.
Now you got it. There's a give to Butler. He's going to the right out to the 40, out to the 45 or more. Midfield. He cuts it up, breaks the tackle at the 45, now inside the 40, and down near the 30. Huge run, Ryder Butler.
And he's hurt. Ryder's hurt.
Not for long as he gets up and now scrambles his way back.
One kid, you got to hold your breath on when he goes down. That's what you wanted to see. Bust that thing open, and now you can try to make a little money.
Making a move there with his shoulder.
Oh, he's a beautiful little runner.
Clock started back, even though the sticks hadn't quite got set there. 46 seconds to go. Well, the officials are running it. I mean, I know it's at Summertown, but the officials are the timers.
You don't think these guys are ready to go from Dave?
Davis in the gun. 38 seconds to go, one timeout. Drew on a roll right, looks to throw. Got a man on a slant, on a stick right over there, and it's Dixon. He can't hold on to it.
Well, and that's not bad, because if Dixon catches that, he's knees down, the clock continues to run. He wasn't going to be able to progress the ball out of bounds. So I hate for the kid to get a drop, but I think in the long run it helps us.
Here's where Turman would say you just need a few more yards to field goal range just to try and throw people off. Obviously, Wayne County not going to try field goal, I don't think. However, John Blackwell told me that Hunt could make them back to 30 yards.
Well, interesting. Here we go.
I mean, that's a 30-yard field goal, so kicking from the 20. Beavis in the gun. There's the give to Neen. It's got some room off the left side. Cuts it up, falls his blocker, stays on his feet, drives near the first down sticks. Is he going to get there? Wayne County needs to call for a measurement.
We had a timeout.
22 seconds.
Well, we had to burn a timeout.
That's the last one.
Yeah, I would have been, if I'd been on the sideline, I'd have been screaming, measure it, measure it, measure it, but you're probably not going to get that unless it's really close late, because they do want the clock to run out. They don't want to be there any longer than they have to be, and I don't blame them. They're not getting paid by the hour.
I just want it to be accurate, what it's supposed to be, regardless of what you want.
Good luck with
Well, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Good. I will agree with that. What you want?
3rd and 1 at the 23, 21 seconds to go here before the half. That's Wayne County's last time out. It's a 20-14 lead. Now, pretty much any yardage you gain here is going to stop the clock for the movement of the chains, but if it's a short gain, it won't stop for long.
That's right.
So you got to be ready. You almost, do you call two plays?
Call two plays. I call two plays. In this situation right here, I call quarterback sneak, and then I call spike.
Yeah.
That way I don't want to be in a formation where we're spread out and kids have to, do anything. I want to be tight formation, quarterback sneak, get right back on it and spike it, and then run a pass play.
You'd like to get it close enough where you can throw it up to Skelton.
Exactly. And I don't know if you don't want to fake quarterback sneak here and throw up Skelton here and then go for it on 4th down. I'm not opposed to that, but I definitely would be under center. But that's why I don't get paid to coach.
Beavis in the gun, Butler beside him. Skelton split out wide to the right, 2 receivers left. There's the give to Ryder. He's got some room, darts it up. Got the first down and a little bit more. He's going to be stacked up inside the 20, and they stop the clock momentarily for the chains to move.
We've got to be on the line to spike it.
Looks like we're ready.
We've got to get up there and spike it.
Well, are we going to do it from the gun? We're going to spike it? You can't spike it.
I think you can now.
Oh, you can.
They changed that rule?
10 seconds. Beavis in the shotgun, 9 seconds.
We're going to
run a play. Skelton on a slant. He makes a cut, makes a catch, makes a touchdown.
That's why
right there, right before the half.
Great play call.
Skelton just kept running.
Great play call. You couldn't draw that up any better with no time left on the clock. Hats off to Coach Willis and his coaching staff. Absolutely wonderful job there, Dave.
What aggressive coaching here.
Oh, that's great. Beautiful. Beautiful. Glad to see a guy got confidence in his kids.
And so Wayne County going to go for 2 here, Ryan, after Skelton catches it for the 16-yard touchdown.
Big play here. Puts you up 2 scores and 2 extra points.
Beavis in the gun, 2-point conversion play, 26-14 lead. They're going to run it with Drew. Drew hit and going to be dropped just shy of the goal line, so Wayne County couldn't convert the 2.
Something looked a little missed there on that play. I don't know if that back was supposed to get in front of Drew and lead for him in the hole right there or not, but either way, great drive by Wayne County and great way to end the half.
Yeah, and that touchdown is brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. And to recap the drive, it was 5 plays, 66 yards, 1 minute, 7 seconds off the clock. Capped on the 16-yard scoring strike from Drew Beavis to Sailor Skelton. And that will take us to the half. And our score at halftime, Wayne County 26, Summertown 14. We'll be right back with a quick recap of the first half after this break. You're listening to Wildcats Football on Big Oldies Radio.
And there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
they don't want to listen. No, I'm good. I got the water here. I'm going to get one of those.
They will be performing part of their 2020 production.
His teeth in the mud.
Band director Mal Hill, drum major Isaac Welch,
This is like the second nastiest thing I ever seen in my life.
Ricky Jones, and Isaac
I didn't know it until I was already in the
flight
storm.
captain Megan Green, band captains Sean
And I
Raymond,
turned my light on, I was
Robbins,
like, you gotta be
and
kidding me.
Mallory, Nachi, soloist Aaron Martin, Sean Robbins. Drum major Isaac Welch, is your band ready? You may now take the field for your halftime performance. Summertown High School band, the sound of Summertown. The band is under the direction of Aaron Bradford, Assistant Director Jeff Ferguson, Guard Instructor Don Hall, Percussion Instructors Jessica Brown and Pierce Jennings, Field Commander is filling the post. The band will be performing a teaser of their 2023 halftime show, Disco Graffiti, the music of Led Zeppelin. This will include Immigrant Song and Rock and Roll. Field Commander, go to post. Is your band ready? We're going to take the field for halftime performance.
Bro, Brady, we literally could have just walked around.
That's what I was doing.
Wait up!
At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Wayne County Football here on Big Odie's Radio. We're at the half, and this halftime interview with Coach Willis is sponsored by Wayne County Rock, your experts for quality products, all types of limestone, friendly service, and they deliver. 722-3300. Emma standing by with Coach Willis.
Coach, huge touchdown to end that half. You guys super aggressive offensively that half.
That was. I was questioning myself right there on that one. We got a gain on first when we were on the end, but we would go ahead and try to get another score instead of just trying to get to the half. Busted a big one up this sideline, so we decided to go ahead and go for a shot right there. And that was a heck of a play by Drew and by Saylor there.
Now, y'all get the ball to start the second half. Is your plan to stay just as aggressive?
We are. We're gonna do what we've been doing. It's worked so far, so we're gonna keep doing it and make us do something else.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
And our thanks to Emma and Coach Willis there at the half. Again, our halftime interview has been sponsored by Wayne County Rock, where is the expert for land clearing and building pads. Wayne County Rock, 722-3300. So both teams now making their way back on the field. Wayne County in the end zone to our right, getting loose and warming up. Summertown in the end zone down to the left, getting loose and warming up. And Wayne County, like Coach Willis and Emma talked about, will be getting the football to start things here, to get things underway in the second half. So let's see here. We got 3 minutes on the clock to get started as both teams are warming up here. And I'm going to try and get Coach Keaton plugged back in here if I can figure this out. It's too dark up here for me to see. If somebody can shed some light, that would help. Oh, there we go. Teak saved the day. He threw some light on the subject where we could get Coach Keaton plugged back in, and y'all could hear his input here. Wayne County with 26 first half points, Summertown with 14. Wayne County scoring a touchdown with 0 seconds left on the clock on a 16-yard scoring strike. From Drew Beavis to Saylor Skelton. Prior to that, Wayne County had scored all their touchdowns on the quarterback sneak from Beavis. And, of course, Butler going over 100 yards there on the half. Beavis throwing for 71, rushing for 3, and throwing for another good night offensively, especially for the Cats.
David, I got to talk to the coaching staff down at halftime. We are healthy. Nobody's really banged up. That's good to know. Trying to hydrate them, but I am so impressed. You know, you look at the drives that we had, the long drives, grinding the ball out, taking care of the ball, and then go there at the end of the half, you need a quick score, and we go right there and score quickly. So, I mean, that's showing both sides of the coin there, in my opinion, and that's just really impressive. I really bragged on Coach Willis. I thought him and his staff had done a great job.
Well, I don't know if you heard the interview there with Emma, but Emma was asking him about the aggressive nature that they had. And he said his plan was to stay aggressive, you know, this half. He said what's been working, might as well stick with it. And, of course, you like to hear that plan if you're a Wayne County fan as well.
Yeah, I told him stick with your knit, and as we said earlier, you know, they have not showed the capabilities to stop your run game. We talked about the 4-by-3 formation that he's in, how he was able to, you know, basically do what he wanted to do out of that. Obviously, they're going to onside kick this first kick because I think their defense is so porous right now that they've just got to, you know, try anything to get the ball back and keep it out of our hands. If we go down and score here, it's really going to be a nice night, I believe.
Well, got to stay away from turnovers, of course, Ryan. And then, obviously, not only staying away from turnovers, but you don't want the penalties. You don't want the quick scores when you're talking about the kicks, like they scored one on the kick. I mean, you look at it, without that kick return allowed for a touchdown, they're in real control in this one.
Well, I was thinking on my way up here, as I got the last cheeseburger, by the way, 2 plays for Summertown is their total output for the night, basically. They had the kick return for a touchdown. They had the long pass that was 45 or 50 yards that set up another drive. Other than that, they've sputtered on offense tonight. They really have. Cats' defense has been all over them. You've got to think Summertown's going to have to be really aggressive, maybe run some screen passes, some reverses, throw the ball deep again. You've got to look for everything, including them, what I would assume being an onside kick.
And if you're looking at it from Summertown's perspective, they're going to say, well, you know, we gave up a touchdown with no time on the clock. If we could just tackle him at the 1, then that's 6 less points Wayne County's got. And then they basically dropped a touchdown here on the side. So they're thinking they're right there.
You've got to tell your kids that. You've got to bring that up to your kids and get them excited to come out and compete in the second half when you're down like they are.
0 on the clock now as both teams are sidelines talking over with their head coaches or special teams coaches. As Wayne County expects to get this to start the third quarter, as you say, barring some recovery of an onside kick by Summertown.
good student section here tonight. I want to give props out. They're all dressed out in their neon colors for Summertown tonight. They've probably got 50 or 60 kids down there. So,
Well, what about Jack and them across the way? Are they fired up?
I have no idea. I guarantee you she's fired up. Now, whether it's about the football game or not, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what she came over here for. We're going to say anyway. Okay. I know Jack's a big fan. So.
She is. She likes to be on the front row with all the Wildcat fans and cheer with all the rest of them. And we've got a good-looking group standing over there on the bleachers. I think we had a cheerleader go down at halftime, Dave.
We did, and I'm looking for some updates there. Hopefully we can get some and hope things are all well and good. Ball's on the left tee, or left hash here at the 40. Wayne County going to send out. They got.
I would have the good hands team out if you've got one.
Yeah, they've got Hayden Smotherman and Jared Dingus here in front, and Jacob Nenist up front, and they're kind of creeping up like they might expect onside kick. Dane Bryant in the middle. There, he's in the D. And it is going to be pooched that way.
Really surprised.
Dixon going to let it go over his head. Fielded on a hop. There's Castleman at the 25. Eludes the defender across the far sidelines, up across the 40, and out near the 45. So Wayne County with good field position to start things. They tried to find that little soft spot, Ryan. It just didn't work.
Well, we talked about that with the coaching staff, beforehand. They did not handle that well. And Castleman was a lot more aggressive. You got to work that football if you're back there deep. You can't tippy-toe around with it, and he did. And he came and got it, and he got some positive yardage. And here we go, Wildcats.
All right, Wayne County to the line of scrimmage quickly here. Got this play call going. They're going to go under center with a split back set, trying to keep Summertown off balance. Here comes Summertown piling it in up front.
Oh, they got 6 in the box.
There's the give up the middle and powering his way forward. I believe that's Butler as he gets 5 or 6 off the right side.
Coach Willis told me he was going to come back out in that set and stick it right at them. They walked up. They basically had a 6-2 there, old horn wall look, if we could say that. 6 down linemen basically, and 2 linebackers, and still not an answer.
Butler had 18 carries in the first half a week ago, about half that the first half this time.
And you got to give your big kids the ball, Dave. You got to let them right.
Beavis under center, split back set, 2nd and 4 for Wayne County from the Summertown 49. Fake on the give and Beavis on the keep. He's got a first down. He's dragging defenders inside the Summertown 40 and down to the 36.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's just sheer effort. They're also running a lot of stuff that they used to run back in the day, Dave. They're running check with me there. So when Beavis comes to the line of scrimmage, he's got 4 on one side, 3 on the other. He's able to call which side he wants that dive back to go to and which side we're going to run the option to.
And it's working to perfection right now. 1st and 10 for Wayne County to Summertown 35. Nenist and Butler, the backs in the backfield, and there's the give to Nenist, and he powers forward.
What was
down to about the 30.
What was the saying from Remember the Titans? The beer is slow and potent or something like that? Slow and lethal?
It's been that way tonight. 2nd and 5 from the Summertown 30. Castleman in with a play call from the sidelines. 10:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wayne County 26, Summertown 14. Cats with a football, 2nd and 5 from the Summertown 30. Beavis under center, split back set. It's Castleman and Nenist in the backfield this time. There's the give to Jake. He's free across the 25 and down near the 20, and I believe that's going to be enough for another Wayne County first down.
Just the same play. I mean, we're running 2 plays, basically. We have 4 offensive linemen to the right side, 3 offensive linemen to the left side. Drew's coming up to the line of scrimmage. He's finding the bubble, as they call it, finding the weak spot in the defensive front, and he's just running the play. Well, beautiful execution by the linemen, too, Dave. Got to give those guys props.
If you're Summertown, what are they going to do?
I don't know.
10 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Wayne County 26.
I wouldn't have 3 deep safeties.
Beavis under center, split back set. Butler back in there. Oh, Beavis almost got cut in the backfield, but he was able to get it to Dennis, and he powered it off the left side for a nice gain. Probably 6 or 7 there, and I thought it was going to maybe go for a loss.
Yeah, I'd like to see that replay on that one. We had a lot of pressure in the backfield there. I don't know if it was the read key or not, but somebody got free, stuck Beavis, but he was able to get it off. And again, that's what I love about the split backs. It's so quick hitting. There's not a lot of movement. It's just straightforward, and let's go get them, boys.
2nd and 3 for the Cats. 9:25 clock moves, 3rd quarter. Wayne County in front, 26-14, looking for more. Beavis under center. Split back set. There's the give to Castleman. This time he's pushing the stack forward. He's going to have a first down inside the 10.
Have you ever heard the saying, Dave, less is more?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're lining up. That time we had 4 men on the left side, 3 on the right. He found the bubble, and he just turns and hands it off in the 1 or 3 hole there, it looked like. Couldn't tell which one, if it was 11 or 13. I couldn't tell. But
You can tell me.
Yeah.
That's old Terman line. He'd always say that when you couldn't tell. He'd say, you can tell me. First and goal from the 9 minutes to go here in the third, 26-14, the Wayne County lead. Beavis under center in a split back set. Are in trouble now. Beavis just has to keep it. He's breaking tackles and gets a good 5 or 6 yards out of nothing, Ryan.
He decided to run that to what would be a short side, which is really not short side. You had 3 linemen to that side. He thought it was a give. He decided to pull that thing out last minute, and he just basically powered his way forward for 3 yards. One thing I do like we're doing, Dave, is we don't really have, I say we have an extra lineman on one side. That's not correct. We have the tight end moved over one position, and we're moving the other back, number 20, up and letting him block for us. And sometimes that's the best thing to do in high school.
Beavis under center, split back set. There's the give to Nenas. He's free up the middle into the end zone for a Cat score. Wow, just like that, Ryan, Wayne County marches it down in 8 plays and puts another 6 on the board.
I'm dumbfounded if they can't do anything to stop it, Dave. And I really hadn't seen much of an adjustment. I would at least, what I'd seen teams do is pinch those tackles really hard, pinch the tackles hard, bring the backer in the gap, do something to try to disrupt our flow, but they have not.
So Wayne County going to go for 2 here. It's 32-14, Wayne County's advantage. They're going to stay in this split back set.
Why would you not?
There's a give to Nenas, and he's going to walk it in for the 2-point conversion. 34-14, Wayne County having some fun here in Summertown.
Can you see that smile? Can you see that smile? That is beautiful. That is beautiful. They told me at halftime they thought they were going to go for 2 each time. The kicker, as we noted, is a little bit gimpy. I think he's fine, but he may have a little tweaked hamstring or tweak something, so they don't want to put him back out there. So we're going to go for 2. Why not go for 2 when you're moving the football as well as we are?
That's right. And that touchdown was brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. That was an 8-play, 55-yard drive. Takes 3 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock, and it's a 3-yard touchdown run by Jake Nenas.
I wonder if Galen Grinder was on the board for People's Bank in 1890.
He's probably listening, so you may get a text here in a minute.
That'd be good. I wonder if he was on the board back then. I know he's been on it a long time. But a great football by Wayne County. I've talked a lot about Butler. I've talked a lot about Davis. You got to give the linemen credit. It all starts at the offensive line. We're not doing a lot of trickery here, guys. We're lining up and coming right at you, and we're getting the push, and we're blowing them off the ball for 2 or 3 yards, and our backs are running hard. It's very complimentary offense with the offensive line and the running backs right now.
Well, how about this kickoff here?
We talked about that at time with the coaching staff, and we've got a plan, they say. We've got a plan. We're going to onside kick it. We're going to try to kick it about 10 yards or 11 and hope they fall on it. We're, with the lead, with everything going our way, they don't want to kick it back deep unless something changed. Number 6 being in the middle gives them concern. That really hinders them. But I think we're going to get a squib kick over here to number 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, part of the thing is that I like about what this coaching staff's done is they recognize where they're weak and just go against it. I mean, they don't try and go out there and just stubbornly do something because that's what everybody else does.
That's right.
They're going for it on 4th down unconventionally, and that's worked.
Well, I hope tonight we found out who we are. Sometimes you've got to find out who you are as a team, and I think we found out we're a downhill running football team. It's worked really well.
8:14 to play in the third. Ball's on the tee at the 40, and Butler to do the kick in this time. He's going to stride to it, and it's free to the side. It's free inside the 40, and Summertown falls on it at the 39. So that worked.
That's what we talked about at halftime. To squib that thing down there where you want. You're not really trying to get it. You just want them to have to follow it, to not have the confidence to try to pick it up and run it. So great job.
1st and 10.
That's a win, Dave.
That's right. Hey, it is what it is at this point. They say, you might as well not try and push it for any more.
Well, like you said, you keep kicking it back there and keep getting the same results.
1st and 10 for Summertown for the 39. So what Wayne County pulled off there was a touchdown right before the half, and then you get the ball to start the third quarter. That's the old Bill Belichick.
I think it's a New England Patriots type deal there. Jerry Bryant probably knows what that's all about. But, score right before half and get it back and score. Beautiful, beautiful.
Caden McQuarrie in the shotgun. They got 2 receivers left, 1 right, and I believe that's Green to his left. They give it to Green, and he's looking for room. He's hit by about 12 guys. There's only 11 out there, but it seemed like there was like 30.
Well, I tell you what, they ran. It looked like the truck play. It looked like the truck play. Truck play to me. They had the guard and tackle from backside pulling, and I thought they had a little something there, Dave. I seen two big linemen coming around, but our kids do what you got to do. Come up and stick your nose in there, and it's a 2-yard gain. We'll take a bunch of 2-yard gains with the lead we have right now.
Wayne County's play speed right there, recognizing that and getting there is what you want. Those linebackers, Dane Bryant got up. I think he might have thought there was a little bit of illegal activity there as he looked at the official wanting a flag of some sort, none forthcoming. Hadn't had many flags tonight, Ryan.
That's the way I like it.
Second, 8, 7:30 to play here in the third. Wayne County in front, 34-14. Summertown in the gun. There's a snap. This time it's to give to McCrory. No, the keep by the quarterback Stahl. He's free across the 45 and stretches it out to the 46.
That was their best play in the second half last week against Lawrence County. Giving the fake across there. I don't know what they're calling that, but I think they're reading the Mike linebacker, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't see any down linemen free. But a good pickup here. 3rd and 4, so big play. But I think everything pretty much is going to be 4-down territory right now for Summertown, don't you, Dave?
Absolutely. You just want to make them earn it with long drives. You don't want to give up anything big here because you know how the clocks go in high school football. You just want to keep a 3-score advantage for as long as you can.
That's right.
Stoll in the shotgun, one back to his right, 2 receivers left, 1 right. And they're going to give it to McCray this time. He puts his head down, drives for the sticks. He's going to come up short. Wayne County rolls up and made the stop a yard shy at the 48. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Looked like, I guess, the truck play there again. They pulled 2 linemen from the backside going forward. Quarterback, I believe, may be reading that. He may not. He gives it, and the defense is stout. I mean, they're really feeling, and that's what you got to do. Those linebackers have got to come up and stick their nose in it, and they're definitely doing that. 4th and 1 here, and I guess they'll be in shotgun. I haven't seen them under center all night, have they?
I don't think so. Jackson Polk filled in for Talon Keaton over here at the right defensive end line. He's had to be stout at the point of attack some tonight. 6:07, clock moves, third quarter, 34-14, Wayne County lead. Summertown going for it on 4th and 1. There's McCrary, and he gets the first down by just about a yard. He was hit, spun off the tackle, and that second effort picked up the first down.
Oh, that was the old Nick Sherrill's move. I don't know who that was in the backfield, but he got there so quick he couldn't make the tackle. I thought it was going to be a loss there, and he powers forward for a first down, but Dave, that's okay. Them grinding out here is not a bad thing.
Well, just to remind folks, they started this drive with 8:14. They're just now to midfield. They took over on the 39, so they've gained 11 yards, and there's 5:45, and the clock moves.
Time keeps on ticking.
Yeah, Steve Miller said time keeps on slipping into the future,
I
right?
believe so.
Stoll in the gun, 1 back to his left, 2 receivers left, 1 right. 5.5 on the clock. There's fake on the give. Going to throw. Stoll looking. Under pressure now. Now just going to kind of run for it. Oh, but breaks open on the right side. He's going to put it down and scramble inside the 40. Now stays on his feet inside the 30. Still on his feet. Now going to finally be right out of bounds. As he had wide open field as he reversed it back across the way. And now Beavis down at the 30.
Got to get Beavis up. That's important. That's one of those things where we did almost everything right. We had him covered up good. We had good pressure on him. He just used his athleticism to get around us and get that first down. Great run by just sheer effort on his part. We've got to hope Drew Beavis is okay here.
Absolutely.
No speculating on what's wrong with him, but he's down.
He was rolling around movement, so we'll see what it is.
Oh, yeah, he's moved his legs, moved his arms. It's almost like he's feeling like I got hit in the back.
Yeah, he was kind of holding on to his back. We'll see.
He might have got a helmet in the old rib cage. You got to come out now, buddy.
He got to pick up a mouthpiece, maybe.
He may have got the old bell wrong.
May have. 5:13 to play here in the third. It's Wayne County 34, Summertown 14. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
I know
at Wildcat 28.
I know the coaches love Drew. They love his work ethic, love what he's doing. He's been a good player and just a good teammate here so far from Wayne County.
Such a good leader. That's good to have at the quarterback spot. You know, as you know, you want to have those guys that people just gravitate to, and Drew's kind of that guy.
Yeah, good guy. Good group of kids out here. Of course, my daughter's a senior, and we get to see a lot of these kids, you know, over at the house and different places, and just really impressed with this fine group of parents. You've done a good job with them.
1st and 10, 5:13 to play here in the third. We're back to action here after the injury timeout. Summertown in the shotgun. Love to Stoll's left. He takes the carry off that side, dances his way to the outside, dragging a defender inside the 25 and maybe to the 24, and they might have got the knee back at the 25.
We're flying to the football, Dave.
Absolutely.
Reminds me of the old Killer Bee defense back in the day they used to talk about here at Wayne County. I mean, they were really flying to the football. Coming up in the secondary, coming up from the linebacker spot, doing a fine job.
Well, they're going to spot that just shy of the 25. So
Summertown's really not much of a hurry either, Dave.
They may not have it in the repertoire yet because, you know, they had a coaching change late. Probably don't have everything in, you wouldn't think. Maybe have to hurry up in at some point. Stoll on the keeper off the right side. Wayne County in position this time, and they're going to make the stop after a gain of about 3 down to the 22.
That's the play that worried me. That's when Willis asked me what I thought at halftime. I said, we got to keep somebody home on that quarterback. Butler came down there. I don't know where Butler's playing at.
He's linebacker.
He came in and held it up there and did a nice job. We got to keep contained. They keep running that guy across with the truck play there, so we got to keep contained on the quarterback on the backside. But a good job here, third and 4 it looks like. From the 23 as we near the 4-minute mark of the third. Wayne County in front 34-14. Summertown trying to keep some contact here and put some more points on the board. Beavis still on the sideline, I believe.
Stoll in the gun. There's the give. Garrett Green looking for the edge. Turns it up inside the 20. And he's going to be stacked up at about the 19. That's going to be really close to a first down.
You know, that's a good defensive play. We're stretching that thing out. That ball's on the right hash, maybe, middle of the field. They're taking it all the way to the sideline, and I don't know if they got it. They said they got it. We'll have to take their word for it.
And the officials said they did too. Got it to the 18. So just enough for the first down. It was going to be another fourth down. Summertown's already converted 1 fourth down. Looking for another. Again, this drive started at the 8:14 mark, and we're down to the 3.5-minute mark in the third quarter.
I just saw Beavis put his helmet on and come stand by Coach Willis. So it looks like he's ready to come back in the game.
Stoll in the gun, Green to his right. There's the give to Green. This time he's hit not much there, and Wayne County stacks him up at the line.
If he's reading that, that's a bad read. We had 2 defensive linemen standing there waiting for the running back to get it, and he gave it to him, and we squished him. Can I use that word?
You just did. 2nd and 10, 3:05 to go here in the third. Wayne County 34, Summertown 14.
No sense of necessity here out of Summertown. Not really going fast at all.
Yeah, not even breaking huddles.
Davis back in the ball game.
Stoll in the gun. There's the give to McCrary. Cuts it up, got a little bit, and then going to be planted inside the 15 at about the 14.
Good run. We did a nice job of containing on the outside. He put his right foot in the ground, cut that thing back up left, and picked him up 4 or 5 yards. Nice run by the back.
It's a good job by Summertown. I mean, 10 plays right now, but if you're Wayne County, you're okay with it.
You said it's a good drive for Summertown. I wanted to come back and rebut, and it's a good drive for Wayne County, too.
Yeah, tried to add that in there before you could. Yeah. 3rd and 6. 2:18 to play here in the third. Summertown in the shotgun, been there all night. There's the give to McCrary. He's going to be stacked up well, so ball's out. Wayne County saying they got it, and they do. Wayne County forces the fumble and gets the recovery with 2:06 mark of the third quarter.
I can tell that time. I believe he's reading the inside linebacker and trying to decide whether to give it or pull it, but I am surprised that they did not really try to throw the football on that drive at all, David.
They sure didn't.
I mean, they've had some success throwing it tonight. I would have thought they would have tried to get that thing out there. Come back to that play where they had the wheel route, with the back and the back, out of the back foot, that was wide open. It really felt like they kind of rested on the rules there a little bit.
They were going to throw it when the quarterback scrambled for that big run over there, but it didn't turn out to be a pass play. They got the ball on the 8, so Wayne County a long way away from the goal line, but in possession and a 20-point lead. Beavis under center, and there's the give to the dive back coming off the left side. He'll power through for 5 or 6, it appears. That's meanest.
Might have been a little bit unnecessary roughness there by the safety. I thought he hit us a little bit late, but again, you just really look like maybe, it's hard for me to see from this angle, maybe 13 again. We have 4 linemen to the left, 3 linemen to the right, and we're just giving that ball straight ahead, guys. I know you can't see that on the radio, but there's nothing fancy. 2 backs behind the line, and we're going straight ahead and just giving the football.
Well, 6 yards on first down to get it done with a 20-point lead. Beavis under center, split back set. There's the give, and this time Nina's going to be cut down. He's going to come up a little shy of the first down.
Well, I think Drew's a little tired. I really don't believe he read that. I believe and it may not have been a replay. They may have called a straight give, but definitely some room around the outside. Look for him to pull that thing here in a second.
Well, Wayne County can really start to work on the play clock here if they've worked on that much here in the early going. 26 seconds.
Somebody needs to be beside Coach Willis telling him when to snap it. We don't need to snap that thing until the hand goes up right now.
Yeah, and they even put the hand up with the play clocks.
I thought they did.
They do.
The play clock's not official, is it?
Drew on a keep around the left side. He's got plenty for the first down out across the 20 and out near the 30.
What did we say, Dave?
It's working.
I said we may keep that thing, didn't I?
And it worked.
And that's what you tell a kid right there when you run this offense. I've heard Kerry Cruz and Rick Rice and Pierce and everybody say it so much. You don't tell them what to do. You just tell them to read it. Okay, you didn't read it correctly that time. Just let the play happen and read it, son. Read it. And he read it that time. It was definitely a keep, and he's around the end, and we're cooking again.
Now we got an injury timeout here with a cramp in the backfield there for Wayne County. 52 seconds to go here in the third.
I can't imagine why anybody would cramp tonight.
Well, it's a cool night, so I guess they just adjusting to the coolness. 52 seconds to go here in the third. Wayne County in front, 34-14.
I'll never forget cramping one night and Coach Rice coming out yelling at me, telling me I picked a fine time to get a cramp. It was my choice on the moment.
He didn't have a hold of your face mask at the time, did he?
And all he had was my leg twisted. It was trying to rub the cramp out.
First and 10 for the Cats from their own 28, 34-14 lead.
Wonderful, wonderful football by Wayne County tonight. I'm just so impressed with the kids' effort from the offensive line, the defensive line, linebackers, defensive backs. I mean, other than a couple of snafu on special teams, they've really played a well-rounded game tonight.
Yeah, and that's DG, David Grant up, and he looks good now.
David Grant got to hydrate.
He thinks he's going to stay in the game, but sadly,
it's twice we've had kids try to stay in when you laid down out there.
Even Kiffin can't pull that off. First and 10 from the 28, 34-14, 52 seconds to go here in the third.
Yeah, Kiffin, they had more leg cramps than an 80-year-old man.
Davis under center, split back set. Taking his time, going to snap it though with 20 seconds. We got some confusion there in the backfield. Yeah, Hartler's going to get the carry around, but no gain. It'll bring up second 10.
Our tight end that time, you know, we talked about pinching the outside guys. The outside guy really pinched, and we got nothing on him. He's got to step with that left foot. His first move's got to be left foot inside to try to get to that backer for running outside veer there. That's what I'm assuming. But he did not. He let that guy get underneath him, and you just can't do that.
All right, guys, let's not snap this one. It looks like Wayne County's got no interest in snapping it. It's down to 15 seconds to go here in the fourth, or in the third, rather, and that'll take us to the fourth. So, yeah, we're going to go to the fourth. That's the end of the third quarter with a score Wayne County 34, Summertown 14. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this timeout. You're listening to Wildcats football on Big Oldies Radio.
At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Wayne County football here on Big Oldies Radio. We're at the start of the fourth, and it's Wayne County 34, Summertown 14. This game was tied at one time 14-14, but Wayne County's broke loose with 20 straight in possession of the football, second and 10 from its own 29, Ryan, as we start the fourth.
Dave, the game was tied, but have you ever really thought, other than just for a brief moment, that we weren't in control of the game?
Well, I was worried a little bit at the beginning, you know, when they went down and scored, and then we got stuffed two times. So for that brief minute at the start, I thought, wait a minute, this ain't going good. We went for it on fourth down, got it, and it's been Wayne County's way ever since. Beavis in the gun, fake on the give. He's got some room off the left side, cuts it up across the 30. He's going to be knocked down at the 34, a gain of 5, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
It's funny you mentioned that fourth down. They went for it midfield, and I mentioned that to Coach Willis, and he goes, man, that was a stupid call. I said, well, you look like a genius. It's me. I thought it was a great call. So coaches always second-guess themselves, even when they're right. But,
he might have been thinking about the time whenever, you know, the receiver got knocked down and it was incomplete.
No, he was referring to the one where he got it. Okay. I told him how I had second-guessed him, and he made me look like a fool again. Well, shout out to Greg Morris, who's texting us, Coach Hastings.
All right.
The chief dog at Frank Hughes School.
Yeah.
That's in the Wildcat football tonight.
Old G-Mo.
G-Mo, defensive coordinator for me for a couple of years. Did a great job.
He was the eye in the sky for several years.
Yes, sir.
And Davis in the gun. There's the give to Neenis. Pops his way out to the side. He's going to be tripped up shy of a first down. And we may see Wayne County actually punt this time.
Well, and I'm going to tell you something that I like to see right here is I like to see Butler out of the game and not carrying the football.
Yeah.
That kid needs a little bit of rest. I was concerned about him last week, him carrying it so much when the game got a little bit out of hand, and obviously they're not going to keep him going tonight. We've got bigger fish to fry. Who we got next week, Dave?
We got Richland. That's the first region game of the season. As Richland's moved down into the region, Fayetteville moving out, Richland replacing. Summertown's going to send two back line to return. That's Love and Bryant. Butler to punt this thing away. They're checking things out here, and there's the snap. No rush at all. Goodness gracious. He's going to take off running, and he's going to get the first down.
I'm taking Coach Willis to buy lottery tickets when this thing's open. We're going straight to the store.
Well, that had to be just all on Butler. He had to just see something and go.
I don't know what it was, but I guess Powerball's already drawn tonight. It'd be Mega Million or something. We're going to get something.
But I did see Beavis looking at him, and he saw something and then went with it. I get a note here from our buddy John Harper behind the set. He spent a lot of time in the booth last year with Baker Bryant, and he ruined Baker lunchbox. And it's because every time he saw Baker, he had a hamburger or something with him. And Teague got a good laugh out of the lunchbox nickname, didn't we, some in geometry, Teague? 10:23, clock stopped after Butler goes out of bounds, converting the first down. Wayne County going to call timeout.
Shot out to Scott Kelly listening to us.
All right. 34-14, the Wayne County lead here, and Wayne County with its first timeout run after that conversion, and we got another clamp there on the side.
Yeah, it's just a great night for Wayne County football. Dave, I really, I felt like we could do this. I really did, but you never know how it's going to play out on the field. I felt like that we would be stronger, bigger, more physical than they were, and it's proved that way tonight. But the kids had a chance to get down there after the kickoff return for a touchdown. They responded each time there has been some adversity tonight. I thought they responded when there was adversity last week against Mount Pleasant and didn't give up. So I think that bodes well for the future for Wayne County football.
Yeah, I was impressed last week. I mean, the scoreboard notwithstanding, and I mean, if somebody just read the score, they might not have been. But if you watched the game and you saw that we outgained Mount Pleasant in the way we did and just didn't finish drives, I mean, got down there and had opportunities. It could have been much closer. It wasn't. That's the way football goes. But didn't hang their head and played all the way. And tonight, been a lot different.
Well, a loss is a loss. There's no way, as our boy Jason Cruz says, there's no way you can sugarcoat that. You can't rub pixie dust on it and make it better. But there's different ways to lose, and they lost competitively last week, and I was very proud of that effort. You kids in the backfield, maybe?
Davis under center, split back set. Well, it's Castleman and Neenis back there. Davis on a keeper on the left end, stumbles, regains his footing, and he's going to be dropped at the 44, gain of 3, and then bring up 2nd and 7.
Good read there. So if it wasn't late in the game, I would like to see the pitch, but he's doing the right thing. You're up 20 points. There's 10 minutes to go. Run that clock.
And that's right. You want to just keep this drive for as absolutely long as you can. You're not worried about scoring. You're worried about churning out yards and time. Butler running back in with a play call here.
And again, I see no sense of desperation on Summertown at all. Do you? I mean, they're not reaching for the ball. They're not trying to strip the ball. They're just.
You think that's got anything to do with the 100-degree heat or whatever it is tonight? That maybe they're just like, okay, y'all got this one.
I'm. You know how I am. I'm wired pretty tight. We're going to fight to the end. I don't want to lay down.
Split back set here for the Cats. He was going Skelton is underthrown and almost intercepted. They had it. Saylor had a couple of steps, and Beavis just unable to get quite enough onto the throw, and Love undercut the route, but couldn't hold on to the interception.
Great play call. Derek's done such a good job tonight. I mean, here you are. Now, he stopped the clock. That's not the greatest thing in the world, but that play was there. Ball's underthrown. The kid executes that play. We're off the races and running again. So great job there.
Well, and another thing it does is when you're in the set, that's on film, so the other thing's got to think, wait a minute.
Hey,
that's always there. Yeah, that's always there. And it was Skelton that time. Skelton split out wide left. Wayne County going to go from the gun on 3rd and long. There's the give to Butler. He's off the right side. He's going to race his way across the field. He's got the first down and plenty more up the far sideline. Inside the 30 and pushed out of bounds. 9:22 to go in the 4th. And Wayne County in command now.
He gave the Summertown defender the old stiff arm over there on the sideline, and then he decided he had a leg cramp.
Too, Ryan, when you look at the dynamics of backs that Wayne County's got, they're a power Nenis, they're a power Castleman, and then all of a sudden they'll hit you on that run around the edge with Butler, and it's a different speed.
I agree with you 100%, Dave, but I'll go back and say this. He powered Butler tonight, too. He's a power back, but he does have that little burst of speed around the outside. I 100% agree with you.
We got Love going down here with the cramp.
That was number 10, I think. So he may have a legitimate cramp there. There's nothing worse than a good cramp.
Well, it don't feel good at all.
No, it does not.
9:21, clock stopped in the fourth. Ball's right at the 25. We got an injury timeout.
Now, I heard they're supposed to be building a football field over here at Summertown. Have you heard that?
Well, that's what Mr. Brian Porter, the Summertown principal, told me, that was in the works.
What a great hire for Summertown High School, too, to go over and poach Brian Porter from Lawrence County High School.
There's none better than Brian Porter.
Oh, he's a legend.
And he's getting things together here. He's got a whole new administration and figuring things out. He was telling me had never had to handle a football game, but I've seen no problems here tonight.
No, he's done a great job. Had to hire a football coach right when he first came in, too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a big deal. I don't know if it's a big deal over here, but hiring a football coach is a big deal. And so that first thing he had to do was hire a football coach, and he's pulled that off. He went and got a guy who I believe has a state championship. And, this year may not be what he expects, but when you come in at the last minute, and I was part of a team where a coach came in at the last minute, it is difficult. Coach comes in at the last minute, you're expecting to play for one guy, and unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. So,
well, it's not a region game, and they played Lawrence County really well last week. This game Wayne County's handled for the most part, okay? But still, you're looking to the region games coming up. Wayne County you mentioned earlier, I don't know if everybody was listening to us, but Wayne County got its first region game next week going to Richland, Ryan. And this is pretty good tune-up for that game for the Cats.
It's a very good tune-up. But, I don't think it looks well going down the road for Summertown. I think who are they in the region with? Is Mount Pleasant not in their region?
I would think so,
Decatur County maybe in their region, or?
Maybe. I'd have to go Loretta.
I think Loretta is.
Loretta's pretty strong.
A lot of points scored last week, Loretta Collinwood.
Davis on a straight-ahead run. Stiff arms trying to get to the outside. He'll get a small gain, maybe one, and then get knocked down at the 24. They've 2nd and 9.
Oh, buddy, Danny Davis. He's driving in from, I guess he's been at the Opry tonight, and he wants to know we're listening to him. And a girl named Bessie out there, Dave. She's texted us a couple of times.
Yeah.
Sarah Beth Thurman, glad to have you listening tonight. You're the best.
We've ticked down underneath the 9 minutes now. 8:55 to go, 2nd and 9 for Wayne County from the 24 right in the middle. Now Wayne County's starting to take some time.
We're doing the old milk the clock deal here, and that's what we need to do. We're going to be in shotgun this time.
There's a fake and a give, and a fake on the give, and Davis is going to keep it. He's going to be thrown for a 1-yard loss back to the 25. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. That's the 12th play, Ryan, of the drive. Wayne County took over the football at the 2:06 mark of the third quarter on their own 8. Moved it to the Summertown 25. It's now 3rd and 10, but we're down to the 8:20 mark of the fourth quarter.
All right, tell me who the backup quarterback is.
Ryder.
Do we have a third quarterback?
I knew that was coming next. That would be Case. I'm pretty sure.
Case Butler. I'd like to see a new quarterback in the game. I think Davis has done a great job tonight, but we don't want to see any boo-boos on him for the rest of the night. Let's get that guy out of there.
All right, do we have single coverage out here on Sailor?
We have straight man-to-man.
As Davis is in the gun, straight back jump, but he's going to roll that pocket right. Stand tall, throw complete, but short of the first down. Making the catch out there was Dixon inside the 20.
Really nice throw, really nice. Just a button hook to the outside there. The ball was right on the money on the break, and a nice play brings up 4th and short. We'll see what we can do here.
7:37, clock moves in the 4th, and it's going to be 4th and about 3 or 4 for the Cat.
I really feel like this game's in hand, obviously, but a first down here pretty much, that seals the deal, doesn't it?
Yeah, first down, touchdown, a lot of things. You kind of got Summertown on their heels. You don't want to give them any momentum in any way. You definitely want to go in and try and finish things off. Davis in the gun, Butler to his right. 2 receivers left, Skelton split out by himself to the right. There's the give to Butler. He's running left. He's going to have the first down and more. Inside the 10, inside the 5, Butler to the end zone, and another Wildcat score.
Well, I believe you spoke that into existence, didn't you, Dave? I was thinking first down, you was thinking touchdown. I just don't have enough faith.
Oh, you have little faith, Ryan, but it all works out right for us in the end. That's a 92-yard drive right there on 14 play.
Can you say boom on the radio? Boom. awesome. I mean, you know, how good would he be better than that? I only got 7 minutes to go to anybody burn, but he couldn't really be better, I don't think, Dave.
7:05 to play in the fourth. Wayne County in front 40-14. Going to go for 2. Davis under center, split back set. And we got some movement up front. I think one of the backs tried to reset themselves.
Well, the tight end jumped as well. There's the right tight end or the back who's playing right tackle on the unbalanced side.
So Wayne County got to go for 2 from a little bit further out.
Well, we need to be more challenging, Dave. We had pretty good luck running the ball tonight. Let's back this thing up and make it a little more interesting.
40-14, the Wayne County lead. Wayne County scored 6 points last week, exploding for 40 this week. If anybody had any doubts about the offense, he tried to tell them in the pregame that you thought there'd be a lot of points scored by Wayne County tonight, and that's been the case. Beavis under center, rolling right, going to throw the fade back there to Skelton. He runs under and makes the catch. Near the back pylon. Oh, he dropped it. He couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, I didn't know he'd score 40, Dave. I'll be honest.
Well, that touchdown brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. We've said that a few times tonight. And that's a 92-yard drive, 14 plays. It took 7 minutes and 1 second off the clock. And it's capped on the touchdown run by Ryder Butler.
Really want to give a lot of kudos to the kids tonight, but I also want to, the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
Coach Willis had a tough loss last week. He was distraught. His first game as head coach of Wayne County. Coach Willis loves Wayne County High School football. He understands the history of Wayne County High School, all the great coaches that came before him, both head coaches, assistant coaches, and he wants to do good. So he was so disappointed last week, but honestly, he was just outmatched last week.
Sure.
It was what it was. So for him to come over tonight and get this win, I'm very proud for him and his team, and I know he'll build on that and do his best.
Well, we do a little Wildcat Weekly segment. I don't know if you're aware, Ryan, but I sit down with Coach Willis about middle of the week, and we run a little spot there where we talk about the past Friday night's game and this upcoming game. And he was kind of over his disappointment at that time, but we were talking before, and he was telling me how disappointed he was, and I told him how encouraged I was, by it. And this game right here has led nothing to me except to be more encouraged for the rest of the year.
And that's what I told him last week after the game was over. I said, some things you can't help. I said, your kids played hard to the very end. You got good-looking offense. You got out-athletic. And that's going to happen when you play team from Mount Pleasant. So glad for him to bounce back this week. Shows a lot of integrity from the kids and the coaching staff. A lot of heat this week in practice. So I'm excited for Wayne County football.
Yeah, and I think that's what they were concerned about. Did they get enough practice time where they prepared? They're prepared. They were definitely prepared. Ball on the tee up to 40, and Butler ready to kick this thing away. Scribbed up the middle. High bounce going to be fielded there by Dillard. He's just going to go down at the 30.
Yeah, that kid should have took that ball and ran it. I don't know how he decided to go down. It could have been 14, but, Deion says a business decision, right?
Deion Sanders?
Yes, sir.
Not Deion Pulley, right? I heard Deion's listening to us now, Deion Pulley.
I have not seen Deion play much football. Did he play a lot in the day?
Well, I mean, he graduated in 1980, so, I'd have been a baby, so it'd been hard for me to know, but...
I had to ask somebody old like Rick Pierce or somebody like that.
Well, John Harper graduated circa 1985. He might remember. If Deion Pulley was playing football, I was trying to ask.
Are we getting any young kids in here for the Wildcats, Dave, or what do you see out there?
I see pretty much the same cast of characters here. 40-14, the Wildcat lead, 1st and 10 for Summertown from the 30. Summertown staying with their guys.
Yeah, and I expect them to do that. They need to try to have a little better showing than what they've had. They're going to look for the flat route here again.
Try to throw the swing pass out, and unable to haul it in there was Green out of the backfield. It falls incomplete. They'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I think that guy saw Beavis.
Well, when it's 40-14, catching the ball is not near as fun as it is when it's 40-14 the other way. But
you throw those little blind screens out there and somebody lights you up, it really isn't fun. Like Will Robertson, they threw that little bubble screen last week, and Will let that go. We didn't see that play much the rest of the night.
Well, sometimes, you get one of the coaches walks over to the other coach and says, what play is that? He said, number 6, and he grabs the marker and he marks it out. So we're not running that again.
Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 6:57 to go. Straight back drop. This time going to throw deep here to the sideline and run underneath it. Bobbing it, dropping it there was Bryant. Robertson down with a cramp here and near midfield.
I want to give Robertson a lot of kudos there. They wanted to go to the back in the flats, or to maybe the slot receiver in the flats, and he had him covered up. And they went deep, had a man open. But in high school football, everybody talks throw, and I agree. I like to see it thrown, but, man, there's so many factors that have to work out for you to move that ball thrown in there, Dave.
And Stoll dropped that one in there. I mean, beautiful throw. It's not his fault. He's been victimized tonight by the drops.
Well, I mean, you've got to block. And again, you've got to pass the football, and you need to pass the football to be successful. But you've got to block them. You've got to throw it. You've got to catch it. And, a lot of factors going into it.
And Coach Rice used to always say only one of them was good.
Only one of them's good. 3 things happen when you throw it, and only one of them's good. I agree.
Stoll in the backfield. Wayne County showing blitz. Here comes Bryan up the middle. It swung out, hurt to the backfield, and the receiver wasn't looking. Robertson broke on it, but it falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
And the guys, the flankers out here the flankers were blocking like it was a screen pass, but somebody forgot to tell the kid who was supposed to be the screen guy.
And Summertown going to call timeout. That'll be the Eagles' first timeout here in the second half. 6:45 to go here in the fourth. It's 4th and 10. And they've thrown 3 straight incomplete passes.
Well, a lot of football left and a lot of tough games for Wayne County on that schedule. I looked at that schedule and it gets pretty tough, but man, just a dominant game tonight. Coming off a tough loss last week against a really good Mount Pleasant team, and you come out and you just do everything you need to do tonight. I can't give enough credit to the coaching staff, to the kids. Fabulous job tonight.
Got to go to Richland next week, and so far going to be 1-0 on the road. It looks like
1 on the road. I don't know much about Richland. Them not being in anywhere we competed against them. So don't know what they will have. I know they've got an up-and-coming junior high quarterback that throws a beautiful ball, the Schrader kid, whose sister's a great pitcher in high school. He throws as good a ball as junior high kids I've seen. He'll be right there at the Rice Boys.
Well, how about the junior high performance? They just mashed Richland.
Smoked them. It's as dominant as this performance tonight. They were onside kicking and getting it. They were running reverses. They were doing everything you need to do to win a football game. So big shout out to Briley Harris and Ben Gagan and maybe Billy Joe Martin on that one. Is that the 3 coaches on that?
Summertown going to go for it here, Ryan, on 4th and 10. Stoll dropping back. Under pressure late, just wings it up. Nobody in particular throwing. It's going to be intercepted by Robert. No, they're going to say
back that ball down.
Robertson wanted the interception. Might not have realized it was 4th down. But Wayne County going to take over way upfield.
Yeah, made that mistake one night, and Rice wasn't happy about that either. But, you want that thing down on 4th down. You don't want to pick it off.
Summertown throws 4 straight incompletions to turn it back over. It only took about 28 seconds off the clock. And now it's going to be Wayne County football with 6:37 left at the 30-yard line. And Wayne County continue to work on this clock.
Well, I'm hoping we get deep in the sub pool here. I've been asking for that for a little while. I just, I don't know that I did that when I was a coach, because you're always worried about winning or losing. And as you said, we may struggle for a quarterback, but we've got Beavis still in there. Maybe just turn around, hand that thing off, and let's get out of here.
David Ullman into the backfield now. So there is his one sub, Castleman with him. So Nenist and Butler getting a rest. And there's a fake going to give Davis on a kick. He's around the outside, inside the 20. He's going to be dragged down at about the 16. It might be, you might get to see Case Butler take a snap or 2 here. As Davis is hobbling, getting up, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. Get him out. That's all I can say.
And look with a helmet on over there is Case Butler.
Yeah, you got to get that kid out of there. He's too bad with what we're trying to do. And that's no offense to Coach Derek Willis. Sometimes you get caught up in that moment and just trying to win. Sometimes I don't know if you know what the score is. You're just worried about the next play. But good to see Drew Davis go out. They're starting around at some point. We need to give those guys a shot.
Yeah, I called him off at the beginning to go ahead and do it again. It's on there on that depth chart.
All right, let's give you the next play again. I'll give a shout out to these guys.
13-yard gain there for Beavis. Sets up the Cats 1st and 10 at the Summertown 17. Case Butler into the contest. He'll take this snap under center. And Wayne County going to have to call timeout to avoid a 5. Okay, they got the timeout. The back went ahead and threw the flag, but he didn't realize Wayne County called the timeout first.
The starting lineup I have for the offensive fronts: Jackson Pope, Hayden Horner, Aaron Martin, and Ben Thompson. Does that sound right, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Those guys, kudos to you.
And Baker Bryant, the center.
I'm sorry, I skipped him. I was looking at X, Y, and C. So Baker's the center there for C. So great job by those offensive linemen tonight. You guys have really got to be proud. I don't know if Drew needs to buy you guys some Beats or a Rolex or what you do, how that works, but been a great job tonight.
It's just been a good night for most guys all the way around, and now, like you say, you're just hoping to avoid the injuries. But Wayne County having some fun.
Oh, yeah. Defensively has been stout tonight. Aaron Martin, Braden Littleton, Jackson Pope, Dane Bryant, Casey Castleman, Jake Nenis, Drew Beavis, Ryder Butler, Sailor Skelton, Will Robertson, and David Ullman. I mean, defense has been really strong tonight. I know we've had kids come in off the bench and spell people, and been a whole team effort tonight. I'm just really, really pleased. Glad to thank you, Dave, for asking me to fill in for Mr. Miller tonight, who's a little bit under the weather. It's been 23 years, I think, since I've won a football game. Jeremy Butler was a senior the last time I did one, so it's nice to get back on the map again.
Appreciate you being here. Butler under center, and that's Ace Butler. He takes the snap, and there's the give. Stacked up in the backfield, the Wayne County runner. That's going to go for no gain. On the carry that time was...
And so they've got a new lineman checking in there.
Is that Smotherman on the center?
Sorry.
Ian Thompson going to check in. We'll get some applause there from the Wayne County side.
Nate Mitchell into the game for Wayne County. 27.
Van Fleet, Dalen.
Got him Van Fleet getting some games, so we'll get some young guys in.
Mr. Leroy Andrews was in my room today, and he was wanting to know how the game was going to go, and Dalen was in there, and I said, tell him, Dalen. He said, well, I think we're going to win. I think he's going to be right. There's a give up the middle.
Wow, now that confused me.
Slipping some tackles there and gaining a bit up the middle was number 26, Mason Moore, a freshman.
Did you notice anything about that, Dave?
I did not. What did you notice?
I would have been running 12 and 13 all night, the right halfback. I think he might have had, Kerry might have said that he had took the wrong step there because he went in the one hole from the right halfback. So
it wasn't a counter play.
It might have been the counter trap.
That's what I was going to say.
I bet we ran the counter trap. Maybe I didn't see the guard pull. He definitely decided he's going to take that thing to the backside. I did that a bunch against Moore County one night because there wasn't much thing anywhere else.
Allman in the backfield as well. They'll split two receivers left. Butler at the center, 3rd and long for the Cats. Fumble on the snap, but he gets the handle, hands it off, and powering his way is Van Fleet up the middle. He's going to be stopped shy of the first down. He's somewhere near the 10. That's going to take us down near 4 minutes.
I'm trying to see if there's anybody else in the game that I hadn't mentioned. I want to get props out to everybody who's in there. Is that Michael Dirksen?
Michael Dirksen, number 33.
Okay.
Move in here from California.
All right. Ty Carlton, I don't know if we mentioned him tonight, number 74.
Four Carlton.
All right. Impressive.
He's in there left guard.
Apparently Baker is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd center, but he's still in the game.
Butler under center, split back set, 3:50 to play here. Give up the middle, and they're going to stack Van Fleet up short of the first down, so Summertown will take over.
I'd love to see him pull that. 14.
Well, I know Ralph's going to be fired up. He came over here expecting a win.
I was disappointed tonight. When you offered me the ride, Peyton Griggs also in the game, number 15 for Wayne County, going out 71 for Wayne County. Hayden Horner, I think we mentioned him earlier. I was disappointed Ralph didn't ride with us.
Well, he's been riding with Ruben starting since last year. Ball at the 9 for Summertown, taking over on downs. Let's see if Summertown's going to use any backups. Nope, they're going to stay with the main guys.
Yeah, and I don't blame them for that. Some people get frustrated at this. This is a time where they need to score and they need to try and find something positive.
And Wayne County's going to stay with their guys on defense.
No comment.
Snap, and the quarterback going to roll left, looking to throw his Stoll. Sleeves one downfield, it's overthrown. Skelton in coverage there. Good job by Sailor.
And I say that no comment in jest. The problem you have in Southern in a situation like this is you're playing a team who's going to be throwing right now. You know, they're going to be throwing the ball deep, and all your backups ready to go in and play the pass coverage against multiple wide receiver fronts that you need, and that's difficult at 1A football.
2nd and 10 facing the Eagles from the 9. 3:32 showing on the stadium clock. Stoll in the shotgun here. One back to his right, 2 receivers left and right. He's just going to wing it out there to the left. It's going to go through the arms of Ethan Couch. And another incomplete pass. That's 6 straight incompletions. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, nothing's really, other than the kick return tonight, I don't know as much as went right for Summertown. And Mama said there'd be days like those, didn't she?
There'd be days like this, my mama said.
That's right.
3:27 to go in the 4th. 3rd and 10 from the Summertown 9. Wayne County's defense played stellar football here most of the night.
How about those Wildcats? That's all you can say, Dave. I mean, they've just really been impressive tonight. I know it'll be a stiffer challenge next week, but I look forward to it.
Feels like you ought to be on a ledge like Jimmy Johnson saying that.
Oh, the good old days, Dave, the good old days.
Stoll going to roll left, look to throw here on 3rd and 10, getting pressure, slings it downfield, got a man. Ullman undercuts it. Couldn't make the interception, couldn't come up with it on the carom, and it falls incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 10.
Kid throws a pretty ball. He threw that ball probably from the 5 to the 43. So, I mean, a nice ball on the roll, tight spiral. Just not much there, guys. Just not good coverage.
Well, Summertown's not interested in running clock. Their last drive was 28 seconds. This drive is 3:39, and now it's 3:15, and they're going to punt.
Well, and that may be why that when earlier I was questioning why they didn't throw the ball on that one drive. That may be the answer. Maybe they don't have confidence in their throw.
Well, and Teek's got to get home for his bedtime.
Teek, what time's the bedtime, buddy? 10:30. Coach Franks, give the kid to 11. Come on.
There's the snap, and here's the punt. They are going to punt this away. Butler going to field it. I thought he'd call a fair catch, but he's not. He's going to take some licks, and now he's going to go backwards. Please don't hurt Ryder. And if he's drugged down back near the 50, he made the catch at about the 38. They're going to get him forward progress to that point.
Woo, that
bother you?
That bothers me a lot. That bothers me a lot. Let that Ryder, if they put you back there late in the game, buddy, let that thing go.
He doesn't know any other way.
I know he doesn't. He plays 100% all the time. And I tell you what, he's a yes or no sir guy too. When he's around us, he's yes or no sir, and just like the rest of them are. I want to give a shout out to a guy over on the sideline, Mangubit. Luke Mangubit may be one of the best managers in the history of Wayne County High School. He's another yes sir, no sir guy. And Bull's over there working tonight too, isn't he?
Bull and Jackson Lowe.
Jackson Lowe. We got a good group of managers.
J-Lo, as they call him.
The J-Lo.
1st and 10 for the Cats. From the Summertown 38, 3:02 to go here in the 4th, and we got a flag.
We may have extra people in there.
Illegal substitution on the Cats. Not many flags tonight.
I was going to say the referees did a good job because they stayed out of the way. And that goes both ways. So I've had nights when I thought they needed to call penalties because things were going on.
Yeah.
So tough gig. People are going to miss calls. Bad things are going to happen.
People are going to blow whistles at times.
Well, and I'm not going to talk about that one because that was not a bad call. That was an unexcusable deal where you didn't admit what you did.
1st and 15 here in the middle of the field. 3:02 to go in the 4th. Butler in the shotgun, one back to his left. Snap, and there's the give. Running off the right side there, Wayne County with a big run.
Number 10, Dave. That guy had a little juice to him there.
Jared Davis.
Good to see Davis in the deal.
Taking it off the right side for good yardage, and he'll pick up about 10-plus yards there.
Yeah, I don't know why the sticks are over the penalty. Okay. Yeah. Good run by Davis there. Good run. Good blocking. Let's get those young linemen up front and some kudos as well.
Preston Stegall's got to work out tonight, trying to keep up with all the yards. We'll get his totals after the game. Another flag. Here's Wayne County's got another. Well, here's what we do. Substitution.
When we send the guy in with the play,
somebody's got to leave.
Somebody's got to come out. If you send the guy in with the play, somebody's got to come out.
I can live with those here when you're up 40-14 with 2:27 to go in the 4th, can't you?
I can. Coach Willis probably can. It's easy over here. It's not a big deal right here, but I bet he's not happy about it. You know he's going to sleep well tonight.
Absolutely. Butler in the gun, one back to his right. Clock moving down to about the 2:14 mark. There's the give off the left side, powering his way up the middle for the Cats. Mason Moore, yeah. And that's going to bring up 3rd and
Christian Martin, number 60, is in the game. I'm trying to read a few of these names.
Raymond Overby.
There you go. That's what I was just fixing to get.
Hayden Weaver, his first action.
All right. Lots of guys getting baptized tonight.
Hayden going to line up in the backfield.
This was always a lot of fun.
High snap. There's the handoff to Weaver. He powers his way up the middle on 3rd and 6. He's going to be just shy of the first down.
Caden used to ride the 0214 posse with me in the mornings.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did. Great kid. He's a yes or no sir kid as well. He rode my bus for a short time. Glad to have him.
It's going to bring up 4th and, is that 1? 1:20 to play here in the 4th, 40-14.
Gage Pope, number 13 in the game.
Dingus back in.
Dingus coming back in, trying to make sure we get everybody's name called, make all the moms and dads and grandmoms happy.
Let's see if we can get a yard here, Ryan, and keep this clock moving on 4th and 1. Butler in the gun, high snap, hand off to Dingus. Can he get it? Racing to the outside, turns it up. He's going to have it. And he's going to keep the stack moving down to the 20, and they're going to keep that clock moving.
He's a little guy, too. Small legs, but he's running like a demon right there, isn't he?
Sure is. That gets it down near the 20. We got a 40-second play clock. They're going to set the chains.
Wyatt Morris, number 68's out there right now, filling in a lineman spot.
What do we got? We got a cramp. Ethan Dingus, Jared's younger brother out there.
That's right. That Jared makes a mean sandwich, doesn't he?
Well, that was Morgan that worked out.
Okay, that Morgan? Okay, I thought that was Jared.
And now Morgan works for G&G Construction.
Ah. I go all the way back to Dakota. I had Dakota Dingus.
But they got that ball spotted at the 20. Summertown down here with a cramp. But, Brian, we're about ready to put this thing to bed here. We'll have some post-game with you. Coach Will is supposed to join us up here, Ryan. He comes and talks things over. I hope he can find us.
How many years is this in education for you, Dave?
It's 24.
24 years. Good deal.
I'm on the number. So, like I said, year, 2024, so I'm pretty easy to keep up with.
Good night for Wayne County High School football. Couldn't ask for anything any better. I'm anxious. I'm excited. I'm anxious to get back. We'll get Richland film tonight. That'll be shot into us on Huddle, and I'm anxious to get in there and watch a little Richland film. And
there's already some Richland film on there.
Yes. Yeah. I hadn't watched any of the Richland film then.
But you get these end zone shots here, and that's pretty cool when you can see this, that Ruben's got that camera this year.
Yes. Yeah, Ruben's doing a good job with that stuff.
Coach Pierce still with us?
Coach Pierce is celebrating. He sent us a celebratory, and it's really late for Coach Pierce. That's the guy at his age that gets in bed by 8 or 8:30 usually. Leanne will never get him up tomorrow.
Well, he works on Saturday and Sunday, remember, because he can't watch the NFL. He's never watching. He's always working.
No, I'm talking about Rick Pierce.
Me too. Remember when he'd always text you and say he was working and he wasn't watching the games?
I've never known him to work. He may have said he's working.
That Summertown kid thinks he's going to stay in after.
These guys don't watch much football, do they?
Well, all right, we still got 40 seconds on the play clock, so basically, if Wayne County will play this right, Ryan, one more snap and it's over. If they play it right.
Well, I can't imagine Summertown doesn't want to be played right.
And down to 46, take a knee.
That's not going to get it. That's not going to get it.
Well, it might.
They may just let it run out. 28.
Now, wait a minute, why did the clock stop at 42? Who stopped it?
This
guy over here on the sideline, he's looking around.
He's like, you're keeping me from getting home. Wind the clock.
And now they can just take it one more time. They're going to make them snap it one more time. No, they put it back to 40.
Yeah, they'll do that sometimes just to get it over with.
Well, okay, maybe the play clocks aren't working anymore. I'm confused as to what's going on here. As Wayne County was in nil down. That's going to be it, Brian. They're going to let that be the contest. And so our final score tonight is Wayne County 40, Summertown 14. And we'll be back with a post-game show, including a look at next week's Wildcats game right at this time out. You're listening to Wildcats Football on Big Oldies Radio.
Thank you, Dave. I enjoyed it.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
You're okay.
All right, thanks. I'm going to let you give a player of the game when we come back. So if you can think of one. You want me to do it? Well, Beavis scored 3 touchdowns and 3-1. And Butler was the player of the game last week. That's right. Okay. It's WWOE, isn't it? Come on, back then. Okay. Hopefully Willis can find us.
He'll find you tonight, buddy. We did all that with our best linemen on offense and defense.
Yeah.
4.
Welcome back to Wayne County football here on Big Odie's Radio. We're at Summertown football field here and the side of a Wayne County victory, 40-14 as the Cats win this one going away. I want to get to an update here, though. Coach Keaton, you mentioned one of the cheerleaders going down, and that was Shania Harris, and I get an update from Uncle Philip that Shania is okay, just dehydrated. So, and then I get an update from Annabeth saying she is much better. Mom's here, IV fluids helped. So things are going well there, and that's good to see. And it's good to see on the football field, Ryan, and you got a player of the game for us.
I do. First, I want to say thank you, WWON, for letting me participate tonight, and thank the folks over at Summertown. Porter and all the bunch, they had a great job tonight and a good setup. I've got to go with Mr. Drew Beavis for our player of the game tonight. And he rushed for 3 and throw 1. Is that what we said?
That's exactly right.
You know, that's a pretty good night. He maintained his composure all night. He ran the veer, I thought, brilliantly. Did a great job tonight and played good defense. So let's give that thing to Drew Beavis.
Absolutely. What a night for the Cats. We got Coach Willis. He's making his way up. I see him hustling. You said you knew he'd be here for sure tonight, and, of course, here he comes. And this post-game show is sponsored by your local Quick Mart, which is just off the square in Waynesboro. You can download the Quick Mart app and join the Quick Club to save on purchases. And Coach Willis making his way through the press box now, so we'll get his thoughts
on this.
We'll get his thoughts on this Wildcat win. Of course, expect Preston Stegall to be up here as well, as we can get some update on the stats and get some final totals for you. What a night for Wayne County offensively as Wayne County comes away with this big win. Coach Willis now at the other headset. So, Coach, what a night for your offense. You stayed aggressive from the start. You know, Summertown took that football to start things, went down and scored, and then after you got an initial first down, you're facing a fourth and 5, and you just said, let's just go.
Yes,
and buddy, you went tonight.
Yes, sir. That was kind of the plan coming in. We wanted to be aggressive. We wanted to correct the stuff from last week and finish our drives. So that was kind of the initial goal coming in. We didn't want to give them the ball back with any momentum there, so we went for it, and it paid off tonight.
And, I mean, just everything you dialed up. Coach Keaton was talking about how, you know, you shifted formations around. You ran the gun. You ran it well there. You got under center and the split back and the tight formations. You had some unbalance there. And you were able just to move it methodically or at times through the air. Had to feel good.
Yes, sir, it did. Absolutely. You know, got to give a shout-out to Coach Cruz. Stole some of his formations there with the 4x3 sets. Going back to some of his and Coach Pierce and Coach Rice's days. You know, that was always good against a stack. And that's what we talked about this week. You know, I talked with those guys about it, so that's why we come in as far as the split backs to get after them a little bit. And then, you know, our kids did a good job getting in the gun and get some stuff on the edge there too.
And, I mean, I love your aggressiveness there before the half. You went for a fourth down, and, of course, you called a timeout, and Coach Keaton was thinking, I said, Coach, if they called a timeout with 20 seconds on the play clock, they're going to go for it. You're not going to try and if you're going to punch, you want to run that time down.
Right.
And you didn't get that one, but your defense rose up. You took over the football back 107 and went down and scored another one.
We did. And we kind of went in on that drive thinking, you know, okay, I asked the other coaches right there on the other end, should we try to get to the half or take a shot here? And so we decided to run it on that first down, and Ryder broke one there. So we decided to go ahead and try to stick one in, and Drew and Saylor made a great play down there on the slant.
Well, and you came away with that touchdown. You came out the second half. Sometimes you worry about a letdown after stuff like that. No letdown, man. What a job of your guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They did a great job tonight. I couldn't be more proud of them. That's what I told them in the huddle down there. With the unusual week we had as far as practice schedule, and I couldn't be more proud of those guys tonight.
And of course, you win this game on the road. It's your first road game. You got another one next week, and that's your first region game.
That is. I also told them that in the huddle. I said next week's when it matters for playoffs.
Yeah.
We got to start getting some region wins. That's our first region game. I know Richland will be good. They'll be well coached. It's a little bit longer of a ride, so I'll be excited to sit over there and see how we play.
Hey, Coach, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win, man.
Thank you, sir.
That post-game show has been sponsored by your local Quick Mart just off the square in Waynesboro. They offer to-go food or buffet as well as fuel at competitive prices. Quick Mart in Waynesboro. I'm going to get to some stats here. Wayne County was led rushing-wise by Ryder Butler. Ryder had 14 carries for 170 yards. He also pushed one in the end zone there for the last score. Drew Beavis, your fellow junior, 20 rushes for 94 yards, and he scored 3 times on the ground. And he also threw for a touchdown to Sailor Skelton. Jacob Nenas with 13 carries for 66 yards. He had a touchdown on the night. Castleman with 2 rushes. Cason Castleman with 2 rushes for 13. Mason Moore with 3 rushes for 8. David Ullman with 2 rushes for 3. Jared Dingus with 2 rushes for 15. Caden Weaver with 1 rush for 1. And through the air, Beavis completes 4 of 7 passes for 79 yards. 3 of those going to Sailor Skelton for 71 and a touchdown, and David Grant Dixon catching the other for 8 yards. So great night all the way around for the Cats. And the final score again tonight, Wayne County 40, Summertown 14. We'd like to thank Jeff and Cameron back in the studio, Preston Stegall on the stats, Emma Bryant with the sideline interviews, Coach Willis for joining us in the booth, Coach Keaton, of course, here beside me, Teak Hampton and John Harper with us doing the YouTube stuff, and we'll be back next week for another exciting Wildcats game as the Wildcats will travel to Richland to face the Raiders. The pregame show will begin at 6:40 on Big Oldies Radio and WCHS Sports on YouTube.com.